graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How are you all doing? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. What is up? We cover the Sixers on here as often as they play, and we got another game tonight between the 76ers and the Indiana Pacers as well. Is my mic a little... No, I think... All right, I'm looking at the audio levels right now. Everything is pretty good. Oh, man. There's a lot to break down. There's a lot to talk about. I want to hear what your final score predictions are down below on this game, and I want you guys to tell me who your most valuable player for tonight's game is going to be. Before I also talk about the starting lineup for tonight's game, obviously there is no Tyrese Maxey. He is out tonight with an illness, and he is not going to be playing tonight. So that obviously changes things, and there's going to be things that we have to discuss in regards to schematics, in regards to lineup, rotations. We'll get into all that in a little bit. But hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Want to make sure that I say hi to everybody in the chat. Hardcore is here. Stir Show is here. Andrew's here. What else? What else do we got? Stir Show. Yes. TJ McConnell says Stir Show. He's gonna go off. He's gonna go off tonight, Stir Show. I hope not. I hope not. But shout out to you, man. And Houston, Texas Dave says, I'm going to go Sixers by 10. He says, I'm sitting in JJ's chat. Let's go, baby. Oh, yes. Okay, the 6-18 Pacers are coming to the Xfinity Mobile Arena in downtown Philadelphia. And here is my little opening spiel, if you will. Okay. You're the Philadelphia 76ers. You're not in the in-season tournament. You're not playing for a cup. The last time that you played was on Sunday. You play a game tonight, then you play another one on Sunday, and then you're off again until Friday again. If they lose this game, they deserve to be questioned by everybody in the media. I'm just going to put that out there. This needs to be a game. Even without Tyrese Maxey, they should still annihilate these Pacers, okay? The Indiana Pacers, they've obviously been playing without Tyrese Halliburton, but even other guys like Ben Shepherd, Aaron Nesmith, and Obi Toppin, these are very valuable players for them. They are not playing in tonight's game. For the Pacers, what's interesting is that they are getting a big piece back, okay? They were missing their backup point guard, who became their starting point guard. That's Quentin Jackson. He is back in the lineup tonight, and they missed him for a little bit of time. So I'm curious to see how he looks out there and how Rick Carlisle is going to utilize his minutes. This is not a Pacers pregame show. I get it. But to tie it back to the 76ers, this guy, we've seen him a couple of times throughout his career go for 25 points. He could get hot from three. And you don't want to leave a guy like him wide open. And you don't want your defense to break down on him because he can be a lethal shooter. This is sort of a game where I look at the 76ers and I say they cannot get beaten with their own mental woes tonight. Indiana, with the way that they're playing, without Tyrese Halliburton and without some of these other guys, this is house money for them. There's pressure on Philadelphia tonight. There's a lot of pressure on Nick Nurse specifically, because without Tyrese Maxey, the question now becomes, how do the rotations of the minutes look? And B, what's going to happen if a guy gets hot shooting? When do you take him out? When do you make lineup adjustments? Who do you put in there? There's a lot at stake with Nick Nurse because you had 5 days to prepare for this game. Pascal Siakam, who is the best player on the Pacers right now, is a player that he previously coached when he was obviously in Toronto. So he should know how to game plan against him specifically. I was talking to one of my friends before I went on, and I said to him, he was actually bringing up the point that Jared McCain is not in the starting lineup tonight. And when I saw that, I said, wow, not really surprised. You got VJ, you got Quentin, Paul, Barlow, and Embiid. Listen to these stats, though, okay? These are players that have averaged more minutes per game over Jared McCain. Tyrese Maxey, 39.9. Kelly Oubre, 34.8. VJ Edgecombe, 34.6. Quentin Grimes, 32.9. Dominic Barlow, 26.3 minutes per game. Embiid, 25 minutes per game. Paul George, 24.5 minutes per game. Andre Drummond, 21.5 minutes per game. Trendon Watford, 20.5 minutes per game. And Jared McCain. He essentially has not started one game this year. He's played in 14 games, and he has not. He is just in the top 10 on the 76ers in minutes per game. Now, who's to say that he's not going to get starting minutes tonight? Just because he's not out there as a starter doesn't mean that he's not going to play starting minutes. But I personally believe that Jared McCain is, we've talked about it time and time again, he is your best ball handler. He is the guy that you want as your floor general. You want him to get everybody else involved in your offense, and the ball movement just looks so much more together when he is at the center of the puzzle. Quentin Grimes is a great scorer, and I think that he can make a really big splash. And he can get you points, but he can also be very reckless. The offense runs better with Jared McCain at the point. I'd sound like a broken record for saying that, and I feel like I've said that for the past 12 games. It's gotten to that, maybe 10. It feels more like 10, but regardless, yes. Joel Embiid. Okay, part of the reason why I think that Joel was taking a lot of threes is because I think that he was I think that he wanted Tyrese Maxey to take more shots in the paint and also try to finish with more layups, and he was standing on the line outside to shoot threes. I think that was one reason. I'm not telling you that was the only reason, because obviously the other reason too is because of the knee. The knee doesn't look like it's fully healthy just from watching him out there. But I think that was part of the reason why he was taking a lot of threes. Nonetheless, whatever the reason was, I need him tonight, with the 5 days of rest that he has had and with the 5 days of rest that he's going to have coming on up after Sunday, I need him to go out there this weekend in tonight's game and in Sunday's game, and I need him to be a dog. I need him to be more aggressive. I don't expect him to give it like 95% on every single possession, but if we can get if we can see him go into the paint and try to go up with shots, I would say 10 times in this game, I think that that's a step in the right direction, and I think that that's something that should be done. With no Tyrese Maxey there, Joel Embiid should get some more touches. And if he's going to get the touches, he needs to be down low on the block, and he needs to try to be more aggressive. That's my critique. If Paul George is getting hot, of course I want the ball in Paul George's hands. If Quentin Grimes is heating up from downtown, yes. Those are all part of the in-game adjustments. But I just have to say that I think that this is going to be a fascinating game for Joel Embiid, and I'm curious to see how he does with Paul George out there too. How does Paul George do without Tyrese Maxey? There's so many question marks, and there's so many things that I'm really intrigued by with this game, even against a 6-18 Pacers team. Now, the Pacers have also won 2 games in a row. Don't forget about that. So that's another reason why you can't take them for granted either. So I just wanted to throw all that out there. Again, comment what your final score predictions are down below. I would love to hear what your thoughts are about that. We're ready to rock and roll as the Pacers and the 76ers are ready to get started. All right, so Pacers and Sixers ready for the opening tip-off. And so we are underway here in Philadelphia. Indiana wins the tip. Jay Huff was going up against Dominic Barlow for the opening tip, and Huff was able to tip it into the hands of Andrew Nembhard. Here's a shot that goes up, and that one is no good by the Pacers. Their starting lineup, it is Andrew Nembhard, Ben Mathurin, Ethan Thompson, Pascal Siakam, and Jay Huff. And for the 76ers, they got Grimes, Edgecombe, George, Barlow, and Embiid. There is Paul George getting things started for the 76ers as he ends up hitting a 2, and the Sixers go up 2-0. So a good shot there by Paul George. Here's George again coming on the offensive side, tries to give it up to Embiid, and Embiid gets it swatted out of the hands of Nembhard. It goes into Siakam's hands, and out in transition, banging a 3 from the near corner. That is Thompson. So Thompson able to hit it. Ethan Thompson, that is, able to cash it in from the far corner. Edgecombe out there for the 76ers, rocking a nice headband with the fro. It's cool. Embiid swings it outside to Barlow for a wide-open 3, and Dominic Barlow hits the iron, but it's too strong. It's a 3-2 start by the Pacers so far. Mathurin with a 2. Did he get it? Looked like he got it in, but the question becomes, was it a foul on the floor? And the refs are going to say it was. It was not in the act of shooting. I don't know how he got it in, but anyhow. What else do we got? Framed McCrib is here. He says TJ McConnell is going to go off tonight. King DJ Allen, thanks so much for being here. Here's Paul George coming up with the loose change. Throwing down an alley-oop pass to Dominic Barlow. Paul George playing fantastic out in transition on the defensive side, and he threw an alley-oop pass from half court, or not from half court. It was really from the three-point line. There's a big difference there, JJ. And was able to just find Barlow. Here's another 3 by the 76ers. It's Edgecombe, and he knocks it down. And that now makes it 7-3. VJ Edgecombe from 25 feet, knocking it down from the near wing. Siakam with a kick out to Jay Huff, who thought about taking the three. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Siakam goes up with a foul line jumper, and the 76ers get his rebound. Paul George able to grab his second board of the game. Scratch that, that's his third. He tries to go up with a turnaround jumper from the baseline and can't hit it, and it's rebounded by Ben Mathurin for the Indiana Pacers. So the Sixers lead at 7-3 so far. Ethan Thompson made the 3 for the Pacers, and the Sixers have a 3 from Edgecombe and 2 points from Paul George and Dominic Barlow. So George in this game, as we have a whistle called, or the ball actually went out of bounds, Dominic Barlow did a nice job blocking Andrew Nembhard's floater, and it went out of bounds. It's still Indiana ball. Regardless, though, the 76ers playing very well. Paul George has assisted and scored points off of, what is that? He's been responsible for 6 points in this game. That's really what I meant to say. Thompson just made a layup for the Indiana Pacers and gets his second bucket of the game. And on the other side, Pascal Siakam commits a shooting foul as VJ Edgecombe tried to throw it down with a right-handed sledgehammer, but Siakam was in the way and didn't even move. Problem with running McKean next to Maxey is on the defensive end, says Frame to McCrib. I feel you on that. Cool J, what's up, Cool J? Oh, yeah, we can have a moment to laugh at the Mets for losing Edwin and Pete. I feel you on that, man. 8-5 76ers. Foul shot number 1 was good, and foul shot number 2 is good as well to make it 9-5.
Excellent.
Huff for 3. Got it to go for the Indiana Pacers, and it's a 1-point lead now for the 76ers. George answers back with a 3 of his own and hits the bottom of the rim on that tray. 12-8, Philadelphia. So Paul George has been magnificent in this first quarter so far, doing it on both ends. Edgecombe catches the miss off of Jay Huff as he tried to get a layup. Paul George travels. As soon as he got the ball handed off to him, he sort of he took a step after he pivoted and just got called for a travel there. It was a bad play by Paul, and that's a turnover by the 76ers. Siakam fights through a screen, and the dump-off pass goes to Andrew Nembhard. Huff on a pump fake, able to bounce it back over to Nembhard, who gets contact from Embiid, and it's a shooting foul with 7 seconds to go. Nembhard was over at the 3rd hash mark, right next to the foul line on the left side. And that's where he was fouled and just takes about 2 steps towards his left. And that's where he will be shooting some foul shots. Hardcore says, I'm going to go 110-98 Pacers tonight. 3J Edgecombe. I like that. 3J Edgecombe. That's cool. Foul shot number 1 by Andrew Nembhard. That one is good. This guy obviously had a very good playoff run last year for the Indiana Pacers. And he has been a very solid player, averaging 18 points per game this year. Edgecombe on a drive to the basket. He throws it down with both hands. And a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. After the second free throw was made by Andrew Nembhard, here came a ball in VJ Edgecombe going past everybody, including Pascal Siakam. He was on a mission to get to the cup, and the Sixers go up by 2 possessions, and they'll step aside for a quick timeout. Let's go. Nice. 7:42 to go in quarter number 1. So the big bright spot of this game so far has obviously been Paul George. He's been doing a very good job playmaking. It feels like he had a couple of really nice rebounds too, where he was down low. He was figuring out how to box out, and I thought that he was able to just be. I thought that he was everywhere. I thought that he was everywhere that he needed to be, whether it was on offense out in transition. That steal that he had, which led to that nice alley-oop pass. We haven't really seen a lot of alley-oop passes from Paul George, and it is a part of his game. He doesn't flash it all the time, but when he's doing that, he's feeling good. He's an underrated passer. And I'm not trying to tell you that Paul George is the best player in the world, but when you think about Paul George, even in his prime, he never got credit for his passing abilities. And I think that even when you watch him and you're a Sixers fan and you see it more up close and personal when he's out there playing, it becomes more and more visible every single game that he is out there. He'll make these passes where you just think to yourself, wow, that was a really good play. That was a really nice pass. So, Mark is here. What's up, Mark? How are you? Folks, if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. The other thing, too, that I love about this game is that VJ Edgecombe is aggressive, too. Because there's no Tyrese Maxey out there, what we did not talk about was VJ Edgecombe and how his game could elevate without Tyrese Maxey, how his game could flourish. And so far, so good. I don't expect it to keep up. It could. It absolutely could, but he's playing tremendous too. He's been playing very good basketball. So that changes a lot of things. It does. 7 points for VJ, 5 for Paul George, and that's been the main factor as to why the 76ers are up. Huff gets the inbound pass from Andrew Nembhard, who goes behind his back on the dribble. Pacers going from right to left. Siakam takes it over towards the second hash mark, kicks it out to Mathurin, who goes up with a three, and that one's way too short, and rebounded by Dominic Barlow at the foul line. And the Sixers are going to have the ball on offense. Edgecombe wants to go between his legs. He zaps it over to Joel Embiid for a catch-and-shoot 2 on the near elbow, and he connects the dots. And so good to see the big fella make a jump shot from the elbow. Didn't have to take a three there. He got to his sweet spot, if you will. His sweet spot really is the foul line, but he still loves to launch it from 15 feet. Grimes gets a block on J. Huff's layup on the other side. How did he do that? I don't know. Grabs the rebound. Sixers are playing on offense. They're playing hot potato. The ball finds Embiid. One more to Edgecombe for a three. Bang! VJ Edgecombe stepping up in a big spot for the 76ers. 19-10, Sixers up by 9. Sixers get a little bit sleepy at the wheel, though, on the defensive side as Ethan Thompson makes a driving layup, and Pascal Siakam gets credited for the assist. So we've played about halfway through this first quarter. Sixers are up by 7. Embiid with another elbow J, and not that time. So he's not going to the post. He's settling more so for a couple of jump shots. We'll see if that changes as the game goes along. Here's Siakam again on the baseline. Goes up with a 10-foot shot and hits it in the face of Dominic Barlow. Just a really crafty move by Pascal Siakam, being able to hit that shot. George has some contact on the other side. It's going to be a personal foul on Ben Mathurin. And we have some substitutions coming on in for each team, really. So we'll see how things do go. Guys, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button too. We are 22 subscribers away from getting to 8,200. McCain comes on in for the 76ers, and as soon as he comes in, there was a play call that was designed for him, and he just could not make the wide-open layup. He was wide open, just couldn't get there and couldn't make the shot. 19-14, he got there, he just couldn't capitalize. Edgecombe, another three for the 76ers, and he needed a heat check there. Oh, man, he wanted that so badly. The shot was a little bit short, and it's rebounded by Jabari, or by Jarris Walker, that is, not Jabari. Indiana ends up making a 2. That's Isaiah Jackson who ends up getting the dunk there. 19-16, Philadelphia up by 3. George, ISO, three-pointer for the Sixers. And he throws down the flamethrower from 25 feet on the near side of the wing. 22 points for the 76ers, and 8 of them have been scored by Paul George so far in this game. Pacers can't hit a shot on the other side. 4:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Embiid gets it over on the elbow and is going to go to work as he goes up for a 2, and he's fouled. He got fouled in the post, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. The foul is on Isaiah Jackson. And pardon me, Isaiah Jackson did make a dunk on the other side. It was a putback dunk, as VJ Edgecombe couldn't box him out. That's why the Pacers got to 18 points. Sixers at 22. Embiid's first foul shot. He swishes it and puts the Sixers up by 5. Folks, we do like a radio play-by-play style of a call here on Play-by-Play with JJ, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't ask questions. That doesn't mean that I don't want you involved in chat. Of course I do. I want you guys to talk to me. I want you guys to talk to each other. I want you guys to be able to bond over this. I do. I really do. So voice how you guys are feeling down below, and if you guys have any questions, I'll be certainly very happy to answer. 24-18 as Joel Embiid knocks down both foul shots. Excellent. Sixers up by half a dozen. Andrew Nembhard being heavily guarded by Jared McCain. Then they get a switch. McCain now guarding Mathurin. And we have a personal foul as McCain looked like it just made a little bit of contact with the offhand of Ben Mathurin. He was on the outside of the perimeter, of course. And so that is the Sixers' third team foul of the quarter. Each team is 3. Been a while since I've been on stream. Missed all you good folks. Phillies still need to work on position players. Let's go 76ers. Here's a fur fee, that is, for a 3. That one won't go. McCain rebound for the 76ers, and they swing it around the timeline again. They've had very good ball movement. Embiid sells for a 3. That one's too strong. Jabari Walker on the offensive rebound tries to put it up and in, and he's fouled hard. And we'll go to the line. Jarris Walker, guy that has the same initials as him, and of course the same last name too, is going to go to the line for a couple of foul shots. Anybody know if they're actually related to each other? They are not related to each other. Interesting. Foul shot number 1, no good by Jabari. TJ McConnell will step in for Andrew Nembhard, former 76er TJ McConnell, at the age of 33 years old, playing in his 10th season. Gosh, I feel old. Foul shot number 2. That one is up, and that one is good to make it 25-18. Excellent. Let's go. All righty, 3:45 to go in this opening quarter. Mathurin, Jackson, Walker, McConnell, and Matthews are out there for the Pacers. As TJ McConnell makes a layup, the Sixers couldn't close out on him. He was on the left side of the lane and finished with the underhanded scoop. George, catch and shoot 3 on the other side. Not that time. And rebounded by Jarris Walker. Walker to McConnell, being the freight train that he is, going downhill, kicks it out, and they'll reset at the top of the key. Jackson with a floater. No. Embiid rebounds, swings it out to Jared McCain on the outlet pass. McCain for a 3 on the other side. No good either. Sixers shooting has gone a little bit cold. 25-20. The temperature outside is pretty much equivalent to that. 2:55 to go in the first quarter, and the ball gets knocked out of the hands of Isaiah Jackson. Last touch by the 76ers, and they'll take a timeout. Nick Nurse will burn his first TO of the game. 2:55 to go, 25-20, Philadelphia. That's the score. JJ, you have the voice of an overnight sports talk show. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, Eric. Shout out to you. I really, I say this a lot, guys. You know, all the praise and everything. It really does mean so much to me. I cannot express how grateful and how lucky I am to just be able to do this, and I look forward to this. I really do. You might not agree with me on my takes. You might not always think that I'm not always going to do my best. I'm not always going to be at my best, but I will always make sure that I try my best every single night that I'm on here. And I appreciate everybody for all the love and the support. That goes without saying. Show to listen to. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's with this type of a channel, mainly what you get is a radio type of a play-by-play style for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles, and we tend to do a lot more baseball stuff. We've been trying to push that more on this channel, but we love our Philadelphia teams. That's for sure. 3J Edgecombe. Thanks so much for the sub, Eric. You are absolutely awesome. No problem. Agree with JJ. He's a smart sports guy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I'll tell you guys one thing, and then we'll get back to, of course, the game. I think that some of you guys have probably heard the story before, but when I interned at NFL Films, the one thing that I was told from day one from one of our operators on the switcher, he said to me personally when I was interning there, he said that the day that you stop learning is the day that you're done. And I've sort of carried that little wisdom with me everywhere that I've gone, especially on here, because I feel like every day I might be doing the same thing. I might be accomplishing a lot when it comes to just making the content, and the format might be the same, but there's so many differences, and I always am constantly trying to learn. I'm always trying to learn how to get better, and it's like an athlete, So it's pretty cool. 25-20, Philadelphia, 2:55 to go in the first quarter, and the Pacers have the ball as they inbound it. Here's a two-pointer that's up and in by Garrison Matthews. How did he get open, JJ? Well, he was over on the baseline. He was on the left side of the baseline. Then he had to go around the three-point line, and he was on the near corner for a three and was just able to get past everybody on the defense, just moving without the ball. Sixers have struggled with that a lot of times this year. 25-23, here's Edgecombe with a floater on the other side off the assist by Justin Edwards, and a nice play by VJ. He has 12 points tonight as my voice cracks. 27-23, TJ McConnell with an 11-foot pull-up jumper on the other side. That's good. Oh, my gosh. Come on, TJ. Doing it against your former ball club? Oh, man, be a little bit nicer. Take it a little bit easier on us. Just kidding. 27-25. On the other side, Andre Drummond gets called for a defensive goaltending. Oh, no. And so that's how the Pacers get 25. McCain, catch and shoot three for the 76ers. Money in the bag for Jared McCain. Sixers missed 3 threes in a row, and finally something went down. 30-25, McConnell dribbles past VJ, gets over towards the elbow, puts up a J, and knocks it down again. TJ McConnell has made all 3 of his shots and has 6 points in this game. Walker has the rock and turns the ball over as the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see again what happened here. It was Edwards. They're showing a replay of the Jared McCain 3. Justin Edwards, who was at the point, was able to find Jared McCain on the near wing, outside on the perimeter, and the 76ers got a wide open 3 that way. It's 30-27. Ethan Thompson will step in for Jarris Walker, and Pascal Siakam comes in for Ben Mathurin. Here's McConnell with a pull-up on the baseline, and finally he's human. Rebound by Andre Drummond for the 76ers. Sixers lineup, it's Edgecombe, Walker, Edwards, Drummond, and McCain. Edgecombe finishing and rattling the rim on the other side. 32-27. VJ Edgecombe having a phenomenal first quarter so far. Siakam going up against Edgecombe, utilizing the mismatch there, and he's just way too strong. He was able to hit it with the left hand. He was in the lane. He went up with a little hook shot and was still able to get it high off the glass. 32-29, 76ers lead it by a trace. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Edgecombe over to Edwards for a catch-and-shoot three, and Justin Edwards not able to get in rhythm. He couldn't knock it down. Pascal Siakam comes up with his miss. McConnell operating at the point, puts himself again at that left elbow from the third hash mark, and he hits it yet again. That's the third time that he has gotten to that same spot, and he's getting wide-open looks, and nobody's able to contest that. 32-31, Philadelphia up by 1. And about 10 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. McCain with an alley-oop pass that's supposed to go to Walker, and, well, we have a foul called. McCain was at the top of the key. He tried to lob it up to a Jabari Walker. I'm getting tongue-tied. Jarris Walker, Jabari Walker. Man, Taiwan Walker, different team, JJ. Pascal Siakam gets called for a shooting foul, and Jabari Walker is going to go to the line. Here's the first free throw. That one hits the front of the rim, the back iron, and it goes down in. 33-31. This is a career high in any quarter, by the way, for VJ Edgecombe, who has 14 points. And he's 5 for 6 from the field and 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. 17 seconds left exactly to go in this first quarter. And both free throws are good by Walker for the 76ers. Excellent. 34-31. Pacers are going to hold for one more possession. 10 seconds to go. They're going from right to left. McConnell trying to get past VJ Edgecombe. Takes it down the lane. Now stops his dribble and hands it off over to Walker. One more to Siakam for a three at the top of the key. That one won't go. Drummond to rebound, and he throws it towards the other side. And the shot would not have even counted anyways. Philadelphia 34. Indiana 31 as they head into quarter number 2 out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in downtown Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, really. Nice. You are under JJ's spell. Now hit the thumbs up button. You're under my spell. Dude, I gotta get music for that. I gotta get like a I don't know, like a fairy, like wander, like a hypnosis music, you know? Just to be able to do that. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back, and I will get to more of your comments in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Saw John Kruk autograph earlier today, JJ. Dude, that's so sick. What's up, Lomball? How are you, my friend? Shout out to you for being on here. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Eric Pichette, if you don't push yourself, he says, you never know how good you are. And that is Absolutely 100% true. I like that. And I actually needed that. I appreciate that. 34-31, Philadelphia up by 3. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Jared McCain will inbound it over, or will pass it over to Paul George for a 3. No. Jabari Walker gets the rebound on the offensive side, tries to put it up and in, but he's fouled by Jackson. So they just came back very quickly within the blink of an eye. Couldn't really see a lot of the action. As soon as Jared McCain had the ball, that's really when I was able to see things. But McCain had the ball with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. And so Walker at the line for 2 free throws. That one's good. So what's the lineup, JJ? It's Paul George, Quentin Grimes, Jabari Walker, Andre Drummond, and Jared McCain out there as the starting 5 for the Philadelphia 76ers. And for the Pacers, they got Siakam, Huff, Thompson, Ethan Thompson, TJ McConnell, and Garrison Matthews. Foul shot number 2 by Jabari Walker. That one is good. Excellent. 36-31, Philadelphia in the driver's seat so far. McConnell on the wing, trying to get past Quentin Grimes, and gets a new defender on him. That's Andre Drummond at the top of the key. Jackson back to McConnell for a wide-open 3. He has space, and he knocks it down 2. He can still hit a wide-open 3 when he wants to, really, and he's just been going off. He's been the spark plug off the bench. That's really what he's been throughout his entire career, even when he was on the Sixers, of course. Drummond over on the foul line, looking to pass it outside over to Walker, who now drives it down low. McConnell sacrifices his body, and there's an offensive foul called on Jabari Walker for elbowing him to the ground. It looked like McConnell was able to plant a seed, and he tried to stiff arm Jabari Walker past him. And McConnell just making a huge difference in this game so far for the Indiana Pacers, especially here in the second quarter. So good defense by him. Siakam gets it down low on the block. He gets double-teamed. They swing it out to Thompson. One more to Huff for a wide-open 3, and that was good by Jay Huff. They're playing inside-outside basketball. That was sort of like a reverse tic-tac-toe play, and what I mean by that is a guy usually will be at the top of the key, and they'll lob it over to a guy on the foul line, and then one more passes in the dunker spot. They did the reverse of that. So it's 37-36, Philadelphia down by 1, and we have a stoppage in play on a shooting foul on Jay Huff. Jabari Walker, according to Sixers Adam, has attempted 8 free throws in 6 minutes and 4 seconds. It's a pretty good point. Walker is at the line. He's the one that was guilty. He was the one that got fouled there. Ends up tying the game 37-37 and makes the second foul shot. And we're tied at a deuce. Excellent. McConnell looking to pass it, gets it deflected, gets it back, throws it over towards the far corner for a wide-open 3 by Thompson. Ew. Oh, that was disgusting. The Sixers are giving up so many wide-open 3s, and again, they're just not able to close out on these shooters. 40-37, and McCain lost his dribble, gets it turned over by TJ McConnell. Here's a little 5-on-4 basketball. McConnell finds Thompson again from the far corner, wide open. He can't knock it down from three-point range, and luckily enough, the Sixers dodge a bullet there. Grimes back outside. They give it back to McCain. It was actually Walker who got it down low on the block. He swung it out to McCain on the near corner for a 3, and he couldn't knock it down. He had space. Siakam getting past his defender, tries to float it up and take an awkward angle of a shot. It doesn't work. Grimes gets the outlet pass off the rebound by Paul George. Grimes able to finish with the left hand on the left side of the baseline, and the Sixers down by 1, and we'll have a little breather as Rick Carlisle calls for time. 40 points for the Pacers and 39 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oof, man. Not such a good start to the second quarter. So basically what's happening in this second quarter is that the Sixers are leaving the shooters wide open. They're not closing out, and they're doing just, again, what are they doing? They're double-teaming on the ball handler, which is a recipe for disaster. Now, TJ McConnell is getting hot, right? But that's because TJ was getting wide open space. He made his first three shots that he made were over on the near elbow. And he was wide open. So then he takes a wide open three, and now they start to double team him. So he doesn't even have one defender on him, and now you decide to put two on him. It doesn't math. The math does not math. Man, Bulls or Hornets, JJ? Stir show. I'm going to go Bulls. I'm going to go Bulls tonight. Thank you for the stream today. I got you, George. What's up, George? You see Siakam doing the weird eye roll thing before? I did not see it. No, I didn't see it. I'll have to go back to that. Did that look awkward to you? Was that? When did he do it? If you don't mind me asking, I missed it. 76 to win. Sturcher says, did I call the McConnell MVP game? You called it, but man, he's doing good so far. Wow, we just got breaking baseball news. Holy moly. Oh, wow. The Blue Jays are still in. Reliever Tyler Rogers signs a 3-year, $37 million deal, according to Ken Rosenthal. Tyler Rogers, wasn't he on the Mets this year? Maybe I'm thinking of Taylor. Tyler Rogers, 3-year, $37 million contract with vesting option. Wow. Value with option is $48 million. That's, wow. I'm shocked. Crazy. He's got 11 points in 5 minutes. Just ridiculous, man. Hey, JJ. Hello, chat. Says Doug. What's up, Doug? Give me a little high five. Everybody give me a high five. Ooh. Pacers are a horrible road team. And what is going on? Sixers stuff. They're a horrible road team. That's to put it nicely. They only have one win on the road. They've lost their other 10 games. Yeah, that's pretty bad. 40 points for the Pacers, 39 for the 76ers. Now McConnell at the point gives it up over to Siakam for a foul line J, and he can't hit at that time. It's a little bit short. And Grimes gets the rebound for the 76ers. Sixers are down by 1, less than 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Paul George back out there, looking to try to pump fake and go up with a shot. It was blocked and rebounded by himself, and he's going to go up with a step back J on the other side, and he can't hit at that time. So he got his first shot blocked. He grabbed his own miss, if you will, grabbed the block shot, and then just couldn't hit it on the other side. Now, TJ McConnell, again, just continues to light it up against the 76ers. He just hit an off-balance shot in the lane. The foul was called on Dominic Barlow. And it's now a 42-39 game, and he's going to go to the line for one more. Gosh. So when they actually do play defense on him, he's hitting that shot. We have a stoppage in play. I think that the Sixers are going to challenge this. 8:34 left in the second quarter. I don't see the green light. Okay, yep, the refs are at the scorer's table, and they're going to look at this to see if this was a foul. And I'd like to see a replay to see what is going on here. They're showing Paul George. Now, I thought that there was a foul called on the play. I don't really know what the officials are trying to review here. There was a push by George. They're looking to see if there was a push by Paul, who was not near TJ. He was trying to box out Jay Huff on the rebound. That's what the call was. It wasn't that TJ got fouled. So hold up. Let's see what the verdict is. So they're going to say that Jay Huff was fouled. The TJ McConnell shot counts. But Jay Huff is going to go to the line to shoot a free throw? Wow. I don't even know if that was really a push, but that's just my eyes telling that to me. 42-39, a clear push would have been like if he would have gotten a little bit more off balance. I just didn't think that was a hard enough push for me to call that a foul. Looked like it was slight contact. 42 points for the Indiana Pacers and 39 for the 76ers. And Huff's, I don't know if you call it an and one, but it's just one free throw. It's up and in to make it 43-39. Now the Pacers are on a 12-3 run over the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Sixers have got to get things going on offense. McCain calling for Drummond to step up. Drummond with a bounce pass over to Paul George. Gives it back over to Grimes at the top of the key. Grimes to George for a catch-and-shoot three. Bullseye! He knocks it down! Nice shot by Paul George. He is 3 for 5 shooting from beyond the arc. Huff being a rim runner but not getting the ball as T.J. McConnell thought about tossing it over to him, but instead he wanted to hand it off to Nembhard. Nembhard back to McConnell, who spins, turns, gives it back outside to Jay Huff this time, puts up a three, and the Sixers again dodge a bullet. They let up another wide-open three-point shooter to shoot it from downtown, and that time the Pacers could not make them pay. Grimes steps back, tries to go with a tough mid-range J. No, it's rebounded by McConnell. McConnell gets his lunch money stolen by McCain, and McCain's able to lay it up and in. Jared McCain able to reach on in and take the ball away. He says, "Give me my rock." 44-43, Huff another three, and another one that he just cannot hit. He is ice cold now. That's Jay Huff, now 2 for 4. George wanted to post his defender down low, but he throws it into the backcourt. Jared McCain is going to pick it up, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. So Paul George and Jared McCain not able to get on the same page. I thought maybe, just maybe, that Paul George, even though the double team, the second defender was ready to close in on him, I still thought that he should have taken that shot down low in the post. But he decided not to. It's a 44-43 ball game. The 76ers, they lead it by 1 against the Indiana Pacers. All right, now the score is updating. Ethan Thompson with 10 points. T.J. McConnell with 13. He is shooting 6 for 7 from the field in this game. Less than 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Nembhard on the drive to the basket. Gets his defender to pump fake. Joel Embiid's back out there. He has to guard Nembhard, who goes up with a foul line J. Almost broke his ankles, and he couldn't hit it. Embiid does get the rebound. And Joel looking to try to take it over towards the elbow. Settle for a 2, and catches it in. Nice shot by Joel Embiid. Like that little take. He got to his spot that he loves to shoot at and was able to hit it with ease. 46-43, Sixers up by a trace. Edgecombe on a steal, able to take it away from Mathurin. Here's a layup that's up. He's fouled from behind by Mathurin. And they have some words exchanged. Nothing really too much there, but there was a little bit of some chirping with Mathurin. He did not like that. VJ Edgecombe able to just come behind, blindside Ben Mathurin, and Ben did the right thing by fouling him from behind, and he's going to have to earn his 2 points that way. The Maxey for the pace says, Stir, I feel you. Yeah, it's a different type of a game without Tyrese Maxey. I feel you on that. It looks like he was casting a spell. McConnell's going for 30 tonight. 47-43 as Edgecombe makes the first foul shot. TJ's going to take a seat, and so will Jay Huff. The second foul shot, not quite. 47-43, and we have a rebound by Andrew Nembhard for the Indiana Pacers. 6:10 to go in the second quarter, an 8-0 run by the 76ers. The Pacers were on a 12-3 run, and the Sixers have done a better job responding. Well, maybe I jinxed them because there was a wide-open three by Jarris Walker on the near corner to make it now 47-46. Just a really good shot again, but not contested. Edgecombe on the elbow, gives it back to Embiid. His three at the top of the key is way too short. I don't know, when the last time I saw Joel Embiid hit a three, it's been quite a while. And he's taken a lot of those over the last 3 games. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Good ball movement again by the Pacers again. Nembhard is fouled. Count it. And he'll go to the line for one more. He got pushed just a little bit from Justin Edwards and was able to hit the runner from the left side of the hash. Had a little push off there. Able to lean into the contact from Justin Edwards. I'll try to make it 49 points for the Pacers, and he does. Is Ant Edwards out there tonight? Anyone know? I'll tell you what, VJ Edgecombe, we've talked about his comps, and one of the comps I've made to him is Anthony Edwards in regards to the style that he plays. Here's Edgecombe back to Embiid. Embiid looking to go downhill, put up a baseline J, and he got it. Didn't want to take it to the cup, but he still was able to provide some excellent footwork to tie this baby up. 5:02 left to go. Joel with 6 points, 2 for 5 from the field. He is shooting wise in this game. Mathurin on a layup, no. Walker, not the first time. The second time, that's no good either. They had 3 chances. The ball goes out of bounds, and there's going to be a foul called on the Sixers, I believe, with 4:50 left to go. They say foul on the scoreboard. I don't really know. 5:27 left in this first half. The foul was called on the Indiana Pacers. It was on Isaiah Jackson. Wow. 4:50 left. They called it an offensive foul. Don't know if that was the right call. Embiid with another turnaround J. He hits it that time as the double team was coming. He hit it from about 5 feet or so and was able to just knock it down, make it look easy, big fella. 51-49. So Embiid starting to get cooking right now, it seems. Nembhard playing off ball, trying to get it from Jarris Walker, and Walker takes the layup instead, and he can't hit it that time. Edwards grabs the rebound, tries to go coast to coast, can't hit it from underneath the basket. Offensive rebound by VJ Edgecombe. Here comes a rolling Embiid down the lane. He tries to hit it, but he's fouled again with exactly 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 81-80. We need 20 more subscribers to get us to 82 hundo. Love the sound of that. Guys are the absolute best. Have the Sixers been as good since Dr. J was there? Dude, this guy almost fleeced me. I don't even know if that's the right term right there. He got me to buy. He almost got me on a pump fake, dude. I was ready to say DRJ because it was on 2 separate lines from where I was looking at. It's Dr. J. Fleeced, thanks so much for the compliment, man. I really appreciate that. 52-49, by the way. 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And Embiid at the line for one more. He made the first one. The second one, that one is good too. Siakam comes on in for Isaiah Jackson, and Jay Huff will enter back in for Ben Mathurin. Here is Jackson on a drive to the basket. He stops. He gives it back outside to Nembhard, who is being absolutely guarded heavily by Justin Edwards, and he somehow finds a way to give it to Jay Huff for another 3. This guy is now 2 for 6. He is now ice cold from downtown. And so, Sixers lose the ball as Joel Embiid got it deflected by Jay Huff, and Pascal Siakam comes up with the rock on the other side. Siakam gets the handoff at the top of the key. He's looking to pass it over to Huff. Huff spinning. Huff turning. He passes it again. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Nembhard, as he gets the ball, he gets it knocked loose, but still retains his dribble. His dribble's still alive. Here's Jackson for a 3 on the near corner, and Jackson can't hit it. It's just hit off the front of the rim, and the Sixers get the rebound. Here they come. Quentin Grimes gets the ball deflected, and it's going to go out of bounds towards the far sideline. It'll be Sixers ball still with exactly 17 seconds on the shot clock. Grimes just was trying to go downhill for a layup and then just got it picked right from behind. Sort of slowed up a little bit. Wish he didn't do that. Edgecombe's going to inbound it actually from the baseline. And he'll give it up over to Barlow, who's back in for the Sixers. Embiid says, give me the rock. He goes up with a turnaround Jay, and we have a foul called on Jay Huff. And a timeout taken by Philadelphia with 2:57 remaining in the first half. Huff with the shooting foul, and when we return, Joel will shoot not one, but 2 foul shots. Give me the rock. It's so true, man. JJ, I love your play-by-play style. It rocks, baby. Speaking of rock, the dad jokes. I'm sorry. I had to. So, guys, with 2:57 to go, okay, in this first half, what has stood out to you so far? I want you guys to tell me down below who's been a positive, or what has been a positive tonight without Tyrese Maxey, and what's been a negative. I can already tell you what my negative is and what my positive is. I think that my positive has actually been Paul George in tonight's game, and VJ Edgecombe. That's really 2 positives, and those are really who are positives. But positive play from VJ Edgecombe and Paul George are my positives. If you want to add in Joel Embiid's play over the last couple of minutes, I'll give that to you too. My negative is that the Sixers are not closing out on the defensive side. And this, by the way, is with Paul George. I've been saying for a while, Paul George is their best perimeter defensive player. This is a guy who you really want to have on the wing, guarding all the three-point shooters and make it really tough for them to score. This is with him out there. He's a very good defender on the wing, still on the ball. He's not the best defender that he once was, but he's still a very good team defender, and he can defend on the ball when he does. In the first quarter, I thought his team defense was good, and I thought he was able to do well out in transition. But they have him playing more man-to-man, and I don't think it's working out for him tonight in the second quarter. Stir, what's up, dude? I think I said what's up to you about 3 times. McConnell about to shoot the first 4 and 1. The first 4 and 1 in NBA history. Jamal needs to stay inside. The big guy is smooth. All right, 53-49. 2:57 to go in the first half. Philadelphia has VJ Edgecombe leading the way for them with 15 points. And, for the Indiana Pacers, it's been TJ McConnell, who is only a +6 in his 9 minutes, but that doesn't tell the full story. He has 13 points. He's 6 for 7 shooting-wise in this game, has 2 assists and also 1 steal. He still plays very, very hard. All right, so VJ Edgecombe still out there for the 76ers. There he is with his headband on. Embiid, remember, he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He was fouled by Jay Huff. That was only his first personal Jay Huff. Embiid at the line cannot hit the first one. It hit the front iron, and then it hit the back iron, and then it hit no iron. 53-49. 2:57 to go in the first half. Embiid at the line for one more, and he missed them both. Wow, that's a rarity for Joel Embiid. He missed both free throws, and the rebound is by Andrew Nembhard. 53-49. Mathurin getting some space over Embiid and knocking down the foul line Jay, showing him how it's done. 53 points to 51. Sixers still have the lead, but it's down to 2. And 2 costly free throws there, missed by Joel Embiid. Edgecombe again over on the far wing, crosses over, dumps it off to Barlow at the nail, and now Edwards gives it back outside to Embiid, and he steps back and he launches a 3 as the shot clock was expiring, and just not a good shot at all whatsoever by Joel. Another rebound by Jarris Walker. The ball gets knocked loose, but Nembhard comes back up with it. That's the second straight possession in a row where that's happened to Andrew Nembhard on offense. Here's a little elbow J, not that time by Indiana. Sixers rebound by Barlow, finds Edgecombe on the far wing for a 3, and he hits it from the far wing. VJ Edgecombe with 18 points, leading the way, driving the bus for Philadelphia. And with 1:45 to go in the second quarter, there's a stoppage in play on the other side. They're going to call a personal foul on Dominic Barlow. VJ is sinking everything. He's seen the ball go through the hoop, and he's having himself a game where, this is sort of like what he was doing in the first 3 games to start off the season. Huff for a 3, and he's able to knock it down from the top of the key. 56-54. Before that, he missed 4 in a row, and he finally hits one. Embiid crosses over. He's going to go up with a foul line, Jay, and he cashes it in yet again. The jump shots are starting to fall for Joel. Even though he's 0 for 3 from downtown, he is still 5 for 9 shooting-wise from the field. Sixers up by 2 possessions, 1:08 to go. A nice little block on the other side by Dominic Barlow. Sixers play good defense. Here's Grimes to Edgecombe, another 3. No! Grimes with the extra effort, tries to get the rebound, but he throws it away. And Barlow, he was trying to find him. They just couldn't get it to him. Grimes gets the steal. Out in transition. Goes up with a 3. Not that time. Darn it. Missed it from 26 feet. He was playing at 1,000 miles per hour and came up empty in the gas tank. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Nembhard, finger roll finish, good. Joss was able to speed past everybody out in transition, and the Sixers' lead is back down to 2. Embiid trying to be physical down low on the block, and he is fouled by Huff again. I'll tell you what, Joel, as the second quarter has played out, has been doing a much better job taking advantage of Jay Huff. And Jay Huff, in case you are wondering, he's 7 feet 1 inch tall, 240 pounds, and Joel Embiid is owning that matchup over these last couple of minutes, which is good to see. Foul shot number 1 by Joel. He makes it, and it's now 59-56. Embiid is dripping with a lot of sweat. He's working hard out there. 59 points for the 76ers and 56 for the Indiana Pacers. We're 6-18 on the season. Foul shot number 2 by Embiid. Got it. Excellent. So he hits both free throws that time. And Sixers are up by 2 possessions again. 18 seconds left on the game clock, and about 5 seconds differentiating on the shot clock. Edgecombe playing defense over Nembhard, and they'll hand it off over to Siakam with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Siakam trying to hit a foul line J, and it rims around the Rosie, and it goes down the drain. Got the friendly spin. Embiid downhill, goes back outside, puts up a 3, nails it! Joel Embiid, 63 points for the 76ers. He hit it with 9/10 of a second to go. Wow! He made the shot. Don't know if it was a wise decision there, but he got it to go in the face of Jay Huff, and he looks at him and says, "I'm the man." Let's go. Nice job, Joel, to hit that shot. He hit it. That's what matters. He hit the shot. That was his best first half scoring of the season, and I don't think it's even close. Joel Embiid, nice job. Let's go. 19 points for Joel Hans Embiid at the half. Good. Great stuff. Okay, what's going to happen right now? I will take a quick step off. I want to read a couple more chats. I know I'm a little bit behind, but I am going to read a couple more chats. Then I'm going to take a quick step off. We're going to do a quick halftime show, and then we'll get on for the second half. That step back 3 by Joel was absolutely filthy, and I mean that in a very positive way. That was awesome. We're a bit concerned, are we, without our point, Maxey and Joel. Oh, man. What's up, everybody? All right. Who do you think will win this jersey tugging? I'm going to go with the 76ers. I think that they are going to win. I really do. All right. Let's go. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll get to more of your chats in just a little bit. What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into the 76ers halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live. We do a live radio style of a play-by-play call for the Sixers, the Phillies, and the Eagles. And we also do it for Major League Baseball games as well. We have a lot of fun doing that. Look, the Philadelphia 76ers are up by 5. It's a 63-58 game. There were some pros, there were some cons, there were some things that I'd like to talk about a little bit. I also want to hear some of your other thoughts in this chat, too, and let me know how you guys feel about that first half. First, I guess here's where I want to start. Okay, let me know if you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very bad, 10 being outstanding, where are the Sixers? Where does their performance lie on your meter? We'll call it. Okay, 1 to 10. I'm gonna go with a 7. I think 7 is a solid number in this game. I wouldn't go to an 8 and I wouldn't go to a 9 because I think that there's a little bit more. I thought that there was some bad play in the early part of the second quarter. If they would have played a little bit more complete in both quarters, I would have given it more of a higher number. But I think 7 is still pretty solid. You also have to remember, too, that they're without Tyrese Maxey. He's out tonight with an illness. Joel Embiid, we'll get to his performance. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I liked how Paul George really set the tone in that first quarter. I thought that his defense was phenomenal out in transition. He had that one play where he gets a steal out in transition on three-quarters court, and then he gets the ball. He's dribbling down towards the three-point line, and he lobs it up for Dominic Barlow and is able to have him throw it down. That was a beautiful dunk. PG's making his threes. He's doing a very good job with his ISOs. He also had a nice little catch-and-shoot three that he was able to knock down on the far wing. That was cool. He's rebounding the ball, too. I think that my overall take on Paul George ever since he has come back is that he has looked like the player that the 76ers, I think that Sixers fans saw him to be more like this when they got him. I still think that they overpaid to get Paul George. They paid way too much money. He was supposed to be a third option guy. And you wanted him. All that you wanted him to do was be a guy that could get you 25 points on a night. Not a night-to-night basis, but he could step up, right, and be that third guy. Somebody that can play solid defense still at a high level. Somebody that can shoot at a high volume and knock down threes and create his own shot when Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid aren't having their best games. And Paul George, to me, over the last 5 games in particular, really I'd go back to the last 4. Eye test-wise, he's looked really good. And I think that he is sort of come around now. He's rebounding the ball better. He's not turning the ball over as much. His passing has been outstanding, and he's making shots, and that's what's cool. What else? So Paul George set the tone, and VJ Edgecombe was an absolute dog in that first quarter. That guy looks fresh. There was a lot of talk about who was going to step up tonight in this game without Tyrese Maxey. We were talking about McCain and how McCain was not in the starting lineup. And we were talking about maybe Quentin Grimes will step up. VJ Edgecombe has been the guy. VJ, I think I said this before, but he was averaging 34.5 minutes per game, and for a rookie, that's a lot of minutes. That's a lot of minutes in this era of NBA basketball. So he was playing a lot, and I think that if there was one person that we don't talk about that benefited off of the 5 days of rest, the 4 days of rest, 5 days, VJ. VJ needed some rest. He started to hit a little bit of a wall, and this was sort of a reset button for him. And that's nice. It's a good thing to see him driving the rock downhill, not deferring to Tyrese. And sometimes he has to, of course, because Tyrese is playing at an MVP level. But he looks confident. He looks poised. He's not just playing good defense like he was. He looks like he wants to go out there and dunk that ball and flash that rim. You know? That's cool. We haven't seen that. I feel like the last time we saw that, it was during the very beginning of the season. I go back to opening night, what he did against Boston, and he had a couple of really good performances after that. He was playing at such a peak level for a rookie. We didn't know how long that was going to be sustainable, but then he sort of cooled down. He did cool down, but he still gave it effort on a night-to-night basis on the defensive side. And now he's scoring at a high level in this game. Last thing I'm going to say. Here's what they need to clean up. Okay, then I'll get to you because we don't have much time. These defensive play calls have just got to be better. How are you leaving TJ McConnell wide open on the left side of the elbow 3 times in a row and making him swish? Not just make the baskets, he swished all 3 of those shots. And then it's a wide open 3. Sixers are just not putting him into this game plan. They take him out of the game plan, and they're not able to close out on him. They got a little bit lucky with Jay Huff going a little bit cold. After he made his first 2 wide open threes, the Sixers are just not doing a good job at closing out on these floor spacers here. And that, I think, is part of what the Sixers' problem has been this year on defense. And I question Dave Yeager and what he does during practices when it comes to drawing up defensive plays. And it's the same thing with Nick Nurse. How many times do we have to see a wide open 3-point shooter open? It's just frustrating. It's an annoyance. So, got to do a better job at that and continue to rebound the ball well. All right, let's get to some takes before we start off the second half here. By the way, we're 20 subscribers now away from 8,200. Oh, yeah, now I remembered who to ask. What's up with the Eagles this fleeced? Oh, that's another conversation, my friend. What is up with those Eagles? Oh, man, Sunday's a big night. Sunday's a big day. It's an afternoon, actually. It's a big day. You got to be out there. You got to be ready. We'll talk more about Sunday in the future. But overall, what's up with the Eagles? It's not fun. It is not fun at all. Jalen Hurts played the worst game of his career. There's a lot to break down with that. But that's the bottom line is that it's awful. It's just atrocious to the eyes. And it has been ever since they played against the Giants the second time. That was the last time that we saw a nice game by the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Eagles are like the Chiefs, I feel it. I give it a 6, says Eric. I like that. Being at home and keeping Indiana close when 1-10 on the road, you got to pick up the pace. No pun. I'll read that, man. Bro, that Joel step back 3 was disgusting, says Josh. I hear you, and I'm happy he hit it, but, man, he's been taking a lot of those threes, man. And I know, I'll tell you this, he's been driving the ball very well. I think that he's doing, this is the most I've seen him be physical down low on the block. I've wanted him to be more, I wanted him to post up more. I've been a guy. It's funny because in this year of basketball, we're telling Joel Embiid to post up more. How many times have I defended Joel Embiid and said this guy leads the league in post-ups? It felt like I did that for years and years and years. But this is where we are in the era of Joel Embiid. Why are you raising your voice, JJ? I'm trying to make a point. I don't know. Maybe I like to raise my voice for no reason. I don't know. VJ is that dude when he's assertive. Oh, he is. Amen to that. Thanks, JJ. Didn't mean to talk pigskin during the Sixers game, but you're more in tune with it than anyone I know. No. I'm happy that you asked. I really am. I would, like, there's just, there's so much to break down with the Eagles. Like, I can't even begin. Like, it's not just Kevin Patullo at this point. There's problems. I mean, Jalen Hurts had a terrible game. The defense, I'm a little bit worried about them getting gas. Like they have issues, man. They do, and hopefully we don't see that type of a game ever again from Jalen Hurts. All right, here we go. Sixers start off the third quarter. Paul George gets the rock, gives it back to Embiid. A step back three by Joel on the near corner. It was contested, and it was nothing but air. Airballed by Joel Embiid on the near corner, and rebounded by the Pacers. Siakam trying to spin past Quentin Grimes. Kicks it out to Mathurin at the top of the key. Mathurin drives it. Kicks it out again to Nembhard for a three. Inside, outside. That just continues to be the game for the Pacers. And Andrew Nembhard with not even a ghost on him. He was just left again wide open. The coast was crystal clear for him to shoot that three. Here's Paul George being assertive on the opposite side for the Sixers, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. He tried to get it into that left hand, and he was knocked down pretty hard. But he will get up and will go to the line. Actually, they're going to say it was a foul on the floor. Really? They call a personal foul on Ben Mathurin? It looked like that was in the act of shooting. Now, maybe somebody that was watching the game might concur, but I'd like to see what your opinions are if you guys watched that, if you thought he was fouled in the act of shooting or not, just out of curiosity. Here's Embiid again on the low block, trying to provide a Euro step, and he just lays it up, lays it on in. That's what happens when you're finishing so close to the rim, Joel. 65-61, Huff on a catch-and-shoot three on the near corner. Not that time. Embiid doesn't even have to jump. He gets the rebound. He's running the point right now. He has the ball. He's looking to cross. He's looking to spin. He looks to float it up in the air. And he's fouled. Joel Embiid being assertive. And he will go to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. I was actually just thinking to myself, how many times have we seen Joel Embiid take up the ball on offense this year? I was like, wait, when's the last time that's really happened where he's done that like more than 3 times? And he's actually gotten down low. 21 points for Joel Embiid. Number 21, 6 for 8 from the line. Foul shot number 1, off the mark. Does Jalen Hurts need a firmware update? Ooh, Sixers/Eagles talk. Hey, man, this is your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that y'all want to talk about, ask me anything. I really mean that. 65 points for the Sixers, and now make it 66 as the Sixers lead it by 5 with 10.5 minutes to go. As long as it's like within reason. But if you want to talk Eagles, you want to bring them up, you can. Same thing with the Phillies. I got you. Mathurin on the drive to the basket, and a little pass out of the shot over to Pascal Siakam, and Siakam fumbles the ball and gets it stolen by Dominic Barlow. Outlet pass to Grimes. Sixers going from right to left. Embiid, catch and shoot three. It's short, and Nembhard catches his miss. Front side of the rim. Nembhard to Mathurin. All he had to do was catch and shoot it in rhythm, but he takes a couple of dribbles, and now there's no shot for him to shoot. He has to pass it to Nembhard. Nembhard to downhill over to Jackson. They swing it around the timeline. Ball moving pretty fast here. Another wide open three by Mathurin, and Mathurin can't do it. I got tongue-tied there. Nembhard, Mathurin, man, that's a tough one for me. Got to get better at that. Grimes swings it outside to Embiid. He'll sell for another three, and Joel hits one. 69-61. Embiid is just 2 for 7 from downtown. However, he has 25 points, and Rick Carlisle is going to try to get his team back on the same page before it gets any worse. 69-61. See, Nick Nurse, this is how you coach a game. This is when you call a timeout. So, just wanted to throw that out there, too. What else? Best of all, the Chargers can do to the to the KO to the Chiefs this weekend. Yeah, I feel you. Assertive, strong to the rack in the key. I like that. Strong to the rack. That's a good one. That's a very good one. I should write that down. I will do that. Strong to the rack. Philadelphia up by 8 points. They've scored just 6 in this third quarter so far. Kai Carlin, this is what he has to say. Quote, Joel Embiid has been terrific in this one. Another triple for the big fella gives him 25 points, and Philly extends the lead to 69-61 early in the third. Timeout, Rick Carlisle. The Sixers did technically call Janai Broom up from the Bluecoats, and he is technically available. So that's something that we didn't talk about during the pregame show, and I forgot to mention that. But yes. Marlins signed Christopher Morel today. Wow, it's a 1-year deal. How about that? So he goes from one side of Florida, or one area of Florida, to another one. All right. Letter grades on this first 2 minutes and 36 seconds of the third. And Sixers Adam, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Sixers Adam, because I was wondering how many consecutive threes Joel missed. He missed 17 threes before hitting the step back to end the first half. 17 consecutive threes he missed, and finally, one went on in. 69-61, Philadelphia up by 8. JJ, are you in Philly? I am not in Philly. Do you go to a few games a year? I do. I've gone to one Sixers game so far this year. I'm going to try to go to one more. I did not go to any Phillies games last year. I did not go to any Eagles games last year. 9:09 to go, and none this year for the Eagles either. Here's Nemhard with a little floater up inside. It was actually a step back J. Just couldn't knock it down. It was a little bit short. And the Sixers get the rebounds from Dominic Barlow. Barlow to George. One more for a three to Grimes. And Grimes catches it in from the far corner. 72-61. Good to see Quentin Grimes knocking down his first three of the game. Here's a friendly roll on a three by Pascal Siakam. It hit just about everywhere on the rim and still went down. Sixers have made 10 threes, and so have the Pacers. Sixers have attempted one more, though. Embiid to Barlow downhill. Look out below for Dominic Barlow as he throws it down. The lead is back to 10 for the 76ers. Nice play calling there by Nurse. Here's Mathurin working around the screen, letting it fly and knocking it down from 27 feet as he silences the crowd. It's back to a single-digit lead. Embiid pump fakes for no reason. He had nobody on him, and then he was going to go up with an elbow J, and he couldn't hit it. The Pacers miss a three on the other side, and trying to save it is Mathurin as he goes on out of bounds, and it's going to be Sixers ball. Jay, I was going to also say that it did look like that after Embiid pump faked, Jay Huff may have gotten a fingertip on that shot, and he did. And so that's why it was airballed. It was just barely touched by Jay Huff. Man. 74-67, Sixers up by 7. Embiid working at the nail, stepping back, trying to hit the two. Not quite there. Darn it. Didn't have the soft touch. 7:35 to go, and now Siakam operating on a dribble. He's being guarded by Embiid, and Siakam wins the battle. As he spins, he turns, and is able to just fire it up from 9 feet, and he got the separation from Joel, and it worked. It's now down to a 5-point ball game. George gets double-teamed, looking to pass it to Embiid. He gets a pump fake and gets his defender to buy in, leans into it, and he's fouled. And he will stay right where he is. That is Thompson, Ethan Thompson, getting called for his first personal of the game. And it's in the act of shooting. We got a $2 super chat from Vincent. What's up, dude? What is up? RB, too emotional for me. I'm with you now, JJ. Man, you know, I appreciate you for stopping by, man. Dude, you could be in the booth at any of these games with your style. Dude, thank you, man. I really, like, I seriously appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It means more than words. 75-69, Embiid makes both free throws, and so the lead is up to 7 for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Excellent.
Nembhard back to Siakam, and another wide-open three by the Pacers. They can't hit it that time. George tries to fight for the rebound, but it goes off the knee. It actually hit his hand. Sorry. It was Mathurin who was trying to chase down that rebound along with Paul George, and they're going to say, actually, that it did go off of Mathurin's knee. How about that? Sixers ball. Grimes gets the hot potato, throws it over to Embiid. Embiid hits it, and he's fouled. It was a floater, got it with the left hand, and Joel Embiid with 29 points in this game so far. Drop those Embiid emotes. Finally. Joel Embiid breaking out of his egg. That is a season high, absolutely. Garrison Matthews back on in for Ben Mathurin. This is for 30. Embiid's foul shot, good!
Excellent.
79 points for the Sixers, and 30 of them have been scored by number 21. Siakam again on a drive to the basket, tries to lay it up and in. He is fouled. He got pushed just a little bit, and he will earn his stripes at the line. Austin Krell, his tweet, Embiid has his first 30 ball of the season. There are still nearly 7 minutes to play in the third, and that is the perspective that you got to put it in. Siakam got fouled, by the way, by Dom Barlow, and he will go to the line for 2. The first one is up, and that one's good. Reggie Miller used to silence the crowd with his threes, too. Reggie was the proto-Curry. Dude, you're right. You're absolutely right. He was a silencer. He was. 1,000%. Oh, man. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. We do like an old-school radio play-by-play style of Sixers basketball here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Foul shot number 2, that one's no good. Pacers get the offensive rebound, and it ends up turning into a three-point attempt by Siakam. He can't knock it down. Sixers ball. Barlow trying to knife his way past the defense. Gets it rejected by Huff. Embiid comes up with it, though. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He swings it out to McCain. McCain to Grimes at the nail. They kick it out to Barlow. A catch-and-shoot 3. And Barlow's 3 rims around and can't go in. Rebound again by the Pacers. Here they come. Mathurin tries to go up with a shot. Or Thompson, that is. And he's fouled. Is that Thompson? Regardless, a Pacers player is going to go to the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. And Barlow looked like he was guilty for committing the foul. So one thing about these Pacers is that they've been sort of causing the Sixers to be a little bit more physical. 6:01 to go. Say that it was not in the act of shooting. It was just a foul on the floor. And now McCain fouls Matthews away from the basket. And that was another personal. So back-to-back personal fouls. That was not where the ball was. Now they'll inbound it to Huff again. Huff to Nembhard again at the foul line. Gets it at the top of the key, dribbles with the left hand, gets past Embiid, and ends up laying it up and in over Dominic Barlow. 79-72. Just a really good offensive possession there by the Indiana Pacers. Grimes gets the Rock over at the top of the key, delivers it over to Joel, and Joel with a runner, he's fouled. And that time he will go to the line. That's Jay Huff again. He seems to just be sort of sniffing blood and coming after Jay Huff because that's his fourth personal foul. It really has to be careful. He's hunting for him. And Joel at the line for two. First one, it's good. And that puts the Sixers at 80 points. There's still 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in this third quarter. And mind you, the 76ers in this game, they're shooting 40% from three and 50% from the field. Just wild. They've only turned the ball over 8 times. The Pacers have turned it over 5. How's everybody feeling in the chat? Comment down below. Sixers lead it by 8 with 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Remember a conversation discussing if Siakam was with the Minute Bowl with better range, or was the Minute Bowl with better range? That's a good point. That's a very good point. The foul shot was up, and it's 80-72. That one was no good. Isaiah Jackson back on in for Ethan Thompson. Embiid missed the second free throw, and there was a 3 launched by Indiana. Garrison Matthews knocks it down from the top of the key. Joel will pass it over to Grimes. Grimes gets a screen by Joel, runs towards the basket, gives it back to Embiid on the baseline, and Joel Embiid and Quentin Grimes operating on the pick and roll, and it worked. 82-75, Sixers lead back up to 7. McCain getting picked on defense. Nembhard right on him. And here's a shot that's up by Walker, and it's denied by Embiid, but they're going to call goaltending because he went above the rim. That was Jarris Walker who tried to go up for a 2, and they're going to give the points to him, and Joel Embiid doesn't get the block there. It's down to a 5-point game. Sixers have only used 2 timeouts thus far tonight. Grimes to Embiid, operating at the nail. He pivots. He pivots again, looking to go up with a shot. Now he's going to pick up his dribble, and he's going to kick it out over to Grimes again at the top of the key. Grimes, step back, ISO 3, short, and rebounded by the Pacers. Here they come out in transition. Mathurin being guarded by Edgecombe. Good defense by Edgecombe, and we have a whistle called. VJ Edgecombe trying to be very physical with Ben Mathurin. They've been chirping at each other a little bit all night long, and they've been talking a little bit of trash. VJ was guilty for fouling him in the shoulder. I actually thought that was pretty good physical basketball there by VJ Edgecombe. Was there slight contact? Was it marginal? Yes, but not really much for them to fully convince that was a foul. Foul shot number 1, that one is good. It sort of looked like he went up and down. Benedict Mathurin, 6 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. The 23-year-old out of Arizona College was a Wildcat. Not from Villanova, though. 6 feet 5 inches tall, 210 pounds. And he's been with the Pacers. This is now his 4th season. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. And if he makes it here, it's a 1-possession game. And the foul shot is good. And it is a 1-possession game. 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. McCain, Edgecombe, Grimes, Walker, and Embiid are out there. Embiid comes up with a pick, and Grimes, who tried to use it, gives it back to Embiid. Embiid steps back, puts up a long 2, and can't hit it. It's way too long. Just hit the back of the rim. Joel has 33 points. He is shooting just under 50% from the field. Nembhard gets stopped in his tracks, and Embiid gets the steal off the bad pass by Nembhard on the near elbow. Embiid back to Edgecombe. Edgecombe hands it off to Joel. He's on the left side of the wing. Gives it back to McCain for a wide-open 3. Too strong again. Joel had a double team. McCain just shot that thing from the pond and just could not knock it down. Sixers foul on the other side. Nembhard busting his way down towards the rack. And we have another foul called. It's on VJ Edgecombe. And it was indeed in the act of shooting. And both teams are in the bonus. Just wanted to mention that too. What else do we got? Mutombo. Mutombo was a formidable player, not a stickle like Bowl. A stickle, is that how you say it? Siakam could be a Hall of Famer someday. Dude, that's a good point. Pascal Siakam, he could be. I'll tell you who else could be. OG Anunoby, too. Those Raptors teams certainly had a lot of great players during that 2018-19 season. Foul shot number 1 by Nembhard is good. Justin Edwards comes in for Quentin Grimes and TJ McConnell. Well, Rick Carlisle's going to make a move and put McConnell in for Mathurin. The game is now a 1-point game as both foul shots are good. The Pacers have outscored the Sixers 23-19 in this third quarter. Embiid lost the ball. McConnell tried to hit a layup, but there was a whistle called with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. And let's see what this is. Embiid turned it over, got the ball picked by Jackson, and Jackson got his hand tangled with Joel, and both of them fell. They called a loose ball foul on Embiid, though, and the Sixers are going to challenge this. Now, I think that Embiid accidentally elbowed him in the head, but I have to look at the replay again in order for me to give you a 100% answer. But the Sixers are challenging this. And if you're wondering, well, JJ, didn't they make a challenge before? That was a replay review, and that was in the first half. So there's going to challenge this loose ball foul on Joel. That is for sure. Siakam was born in Cameroon. He was the youngest of 4 brothers. His father worked for a local transit company and was also the mayor of a town. I assume that that's in Cameroon, right? Right, Fleeced? It's pretty wild. I'm now motivated to try and find this game on my Kodai Hat Fire Stick in my Florida cave. Dude, that's so cool. Arizona State. Or was it New Mexico? Dang it. All right, let's take a look at some out-of-town scores. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. You guys are the absolute best. I love each and every one of you. How you guys feeling right now? Scale from 1 to 10. 1 not being good, 10 being great. Where are we at? Where are we at? Throw numbers down below. I better see some numbers. Give me a number between 1 through 10. 1 not being good, 10 feeling great. I'm doing very well, JJ. If you're doing very well, give me a 10. If you're not doing well, if you're not feeling well about the 76ers, give me a 1. Yeah, Siakam is legit. He's all around a solid hooper. He is. I think that people sort of, I think that he's just a good, solid player to have. Like, the system that he had in, the system that he had in Toronto was great. Because this is when Kawhi was there. Didn't have to be the number 1, right? Kyle Lowry was a big part of that. Marc Gasol, like, he had alphas with him, but he didn't have to be like the number 1 guy. Mark says, I'm at a 6. I'm at a 6. What else? Give me more numbers. I am glad Siakam was stolen from Canada and brought to Philly. You mean Embiid? All right, so let's see. Is this challenge successful or not? Are they going to say that it's successful? Do I need a little drum roll? Where's the drum roll? It is a successful challenge. No, it's unsuccessful. 82-81. Sorry. Looks like it said successful on the NBC Sports graphic, but on the ESPN it said it was no good. So Isaiah Jackson's going to be at the line to shoot a pair of foul shots. First one he misses. So it was a foul on Embiid. Missed the first one. Know what happens when you miss the second one. Let's go. Let's go. 82 points for the 76ers and 81 for the Pacers. We all know what's going on. It's a home game. The Chick-fil-A McNuggets. Come on, let's see. Jackson at the line for one more. The foul shot is up. And he gets the friendly roll. And the crowd sits back down. We're tied up 82-82. 3:20 to go in the third frame. Paul George out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. And he dribbles it with the right hand, gives it down low to Edgecombe, who tries to go up with a two. No whistle called. There was a lot of physicality down low. And the refs say play on. McConnell on the near corner for Indiana. Dumps it off to Jackson. Jackson back to McConnell on the outside. George defending him. And now Jackson goes downhill, gets the ball picked by George. It bounces off of Jackson's left knee, and it goes out of bounds. Sixers ball. Good job by the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, Paul George saying, yep, it's going to go our way, and the ref confirmed it and was like, yes, sir, you're right. 2:50 to go in this third quarter. Sixers could get the lead back on this drive. That's not a drive. This is basketball. This isn't football, JJ. What are you doing? Stop playing like Quentin Grimes. You got to slow the game down. All right, here's Andre Drummond, who goes up with a shot, and it gets deflected, battered around, and stolen by the Pacers. The Pacers find Nembhard downhill, and Nembhard's able to make it. What a pass by T.J. McConnell, who just poked it loose. I mean, gosh, 84-82. I don't know how he was able to do that. That was pretty impressive. Drummond kicks it out over to Edgecombe. They swing it around, give it back to Paul George at the top of the key. George crosses over 3 times, takes it over towards the foul line, and it gets double-teamed. Puts up a shot, and he's fouled. He turned around, he hit it, and he'll go to the line for one more. A circus shot by Paul George. That was pretty disgusting there. I don't know how he did it. McConnell almost took the ball away, and as he was fouled by TJ, he turned around. He did a 360 floater, if that's even a thing, and he got it in with the right hand. Paul George, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's 3 for 5 from the field from three-point range. Let's go. Sixers could take the lead. George dribbles it 4 times at the line. Whew. And the foul shot is up. And the Sixers are right in the seesaw as they get the lead back. Let's go.
Excellent.
1:55 to go in the third quarter. McConnell gets it in the lane, goes up with a 2, and the basketball gods say no. Walker were there to try to get the rebound, and Jabari Walker touched it last. Darn it. So Rick Carlisle trying to call up a play here, and TJ McConnell gets it, and he'll inbound it, over to Nembhard in the dunker spot, and Edgecombe gets to buy in on a pump fake. And the shot was made, no foul called, but Indiana back out in front by 1. George outside to Edwards for a catch-and-shoot 3. No good. Drummond plays volleyball. Tips it outside to Edwards. Edgecombe back to George. His 3. Bang! Bang! What a shot by Paul George! And he is yelling and screaming, and the Sixers get the lead again. It's only the third quarter, JJ. 88-86, 1:10 to go in this third frame. Siakam takes it down towards the elbow on the right side. Hands it off to Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard off the dribble for a foul line, Jay. No good. Offensive rebound by Tony Bradley, the former 76er. If you remember him, he played here once upon a time. Was actually a pretty good center. Drummond blocks the shot of Andrew Nembhard down low in the dunker spot. And the Sixers again off to the races, but Justin Edwards lost the ball. He got a little bounce pass over from Paul George, and the Sixers turned it over. There's a foul called on the other side out in transition. That's on Jabari Walker and Siakam, because the Sixers and the Pacers are both in the bonus. Well, Pascal is going to head back to the foul line. As soon as Siakam picked up the fumbled basketball, just got hit on the knee, and they called a foul there. And Pascal will go back to the line again. Nembhard is 5 for 5 from the line. Siakam just 1 for 2. Feels like he's been at the line a little bit more. Arms and hands are flying everywhere. 88-87, Philadelphia still up in this game. And Siakam will try to tie it up here with this free throw, and he does. Exactly 39 seconds to go. 39 4/10. Edgecombe inbounds it to Walker, and Walker gives it back to VJ. VJ gets fouled, and he will head to the line. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We need 20 more subscribers for us to get to 8,200. By the way, after the game is done, we are going to have a post-game show, and we will be taking live call-ins. Who wants to call on in? Talk to JJ. Talk about this game. I know I would like to talk to JJ, but I talk to JJ every single day. 89-88. Sorry about these dad jokes. They're pretty bad. VJ Edgecombe makes the first free throw. Ethan Thompson will sub back in for Andrew Nembhard. And the second free throw is good by Philadelphia, too. VJ Edgecombe with 19.
Excellent.
All right, play defense. Let's go. 90-88. About 12 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Here's a little skip pass by TJ McConnell. It goes off of the foot of VJ Edgecombe. Or Justin Edwards, that is. And they call a kick ball violation. It was either one of the two. But it was a 50-50 chance, and I got it wrong. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's a wide-open three by the Pacers. They can't hit it, and Paul George tries to catch the rebound. It goes off of his hand. Now, he was boxed in and just tried to tip it to himself. He didn't really get a good read, though, as he tried to catch it the second time. It slipped out of his hands, and the Pacers are going to still have possession. 21.7 seconds left in the shot clock is unplugged. All righty. Here is a handoff over to TJ McConnell at the Sixers logo. McConnell, being guarded by Edgecombe, gets a screen. Now Paul George is on him. Drives it in the lane, kicks it out. Here's a wide open three. That's up, and it's a little bit short. McConnell offensive rebound, puts it back up, and puts it in, and we're tied at 90. 5.8 seconds left in the third quarter. Sixers have got to inbound it to Paul George, and they do. George at the half-court marker. 1 second left, puts up a deep three, and it hits off the back iron, and we're going to go into the fourth quarter all tied at 90 apiece. Not a good third quarter by the Philadelphia 76ers. They allow 32 points, and they manufacture 27. We'll be back in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It is time to go to the fourth quarter. We're locked up at 90 apiece out at the Xfinity Mobile Center. Xfinity Mobile Arena. This is Jason Joseph. Play-by-play with JJ is the channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Let's go, baby. Where are my members at? My members, if you're here, drop those Sixers emotes. And drop the bells. If you're not a member, drop a bell. Alrighty, we're going to start off the fourth quarter momentarily. Sixers are tied 90-90. Not the most disastrous third quarter of the season for the Philadelphia 76ers. Maybe that's a plus. Half glass full, half glass empty. I don't know. But they definitely could have done a better job closing out and getting rebounds. I thought that they got a little bit lackadaisical. I don't necessarily like to always use that word, but there were times where I felt like that they just didn't give as much effort as you wanted on the glass or even on defense. McConnell goes up with a 2 and gets it swatted away by Andre Drummond as we start off the fourth quarter. That was a terrible transition, JJ. Siakam goes up with a 2. That's from the elbow, and he knocks it down. So after Andre Drummond blocked TJ McConnell's shot, Pascal Siakam gets a lot of wide open space and hits it from the near elbow. 92-90 is the score with 11:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Paul George, foul line J. We're tied again. Paul George. We played just 50 seconds here in this fourth quarter. McConnell on the drive to the basket, zigzagging, kicking it out to another wide-open three-point shooter. And Drummond, as he gets the ball tipped, gets hit right in the head. And they're going to call a loose ball foul on Ethan Thompson. And a turnover, too, of course. Very happy. Made my Friday night to tune in here with you, JJ. Cheers to that. You guys all make me happy. I love you guys. It's been, I don't know, it feels like I haven't been on here in a while. It's only been 4 days, but I don't know, I'm so used to producing content more times a week, especially during Phillies season. We're on like every day. So it felt like a little vacation. Grimes, back over to Paul George. Wants to step back, wants to hit another 2, and he wanted to hit it, just was not able to hit it. But Andre Drummond is fouled. Tried to go for the rebound, and Tony Bradley is called for the loose ball foul, and that's the second foul in this fourth quarter so far. Paul George having himself quite a game on the offensive side and defensively, still playing at a very high level. Yes. Drummond with 2 blocks and 7 rebounds in tonight's outing. No points. A donut to show for it. Grimes at the top of the key, dribbling with the left hand, crosses over, kicks it out to Justin Edwards, who steps back, puts up a tray, and that time it's short. Drummond tips it with the left hand, tips it with the right hand, and is able to give it out to Paul George. Sixers have another shot at this, and Justin Edwards is fouled. Just great effort on the glass, and a good job by Nick Nurse to have Andre Drummond out there, just on the glass, protecting the rim. And he's owning that matchup against Tony Bradley. Here we go. Grimes gets the inbound over in between the circles, hands it off to George, and George gets it deflected by Bradley, intercepted by TJ McConnell. McConnell finds a slicing Pascal Siakam towards the rim on a bounce pass, and he's able to hit the layup, and Indiana back in the driver's seat. Barlow back to Paul George again. He's gotten a lot of attention. George to Grimes. Edwards crosses over at the top of the key and dumps it back off to Grimes for another one as the shot clock's winding down, and Grimes gives the Sixers the lead again. Able to knock down the 3, a swish from the top of the key. McConnell on a drive to the basket, floats it up, floats it on in, but will it count is the question. They will call a foul on the floor. It looks like it's a personal foul on Justin Edwards. Yes. I'd like to see a replay of that. But they do call a foul on the floor. That's the Sixers' first personal foul. McConnell able to dump it off on the other side. There's a shot that is up. It's no good, but another foul on Philadelphia. Garrison Matthews being aggressive rolling downhill towards the cup, and fouled by Andre Drummond, slapped on the right hand. Wonder what he's going to do now, Nick Nurse. Looked like he had Quentin Grimes come on over to talk to him for a quick second. First free throw is up and in. I am shocked that Jared McKean is not out there. Why are you shocked, JJ? Isn't this what you expected? Yes, but part of me is still a little bit shocked too because, again, there's no Tyrese Maxey, and it just feels like that this was a game where Jared McKean should have gotten some more minutes. Grimes so far, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and Indiana gets the lead back as they knock down both free throws from Garrison Matthews. 9:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time. Edwards back to Grimes for another catch-and-shoot three, and Grimes can't hit that one. And rebounded again by Indiana, looking to add on to their lead. Grimes, Barlow, Drummond, George, and Edwards out there for the 76ers. George gets his hand in the cookie jar, but he's caught for a foul at the last second. Sixers were ready to go downhill. And Paul George, oh my gosh, it was a late whistle. They were ready to just walk on down the floor. And the 76ers, I mean, Paul George is verbal with the referee and not happy about it in the heat of the moment. 9:04 to go. They call a delay of game violation. And McConnell inbound it for the Pacers. They get a fresh 14. McConnell inbounds it to Siakam. A dump-off pass. Downhill to to Matthews. And Matthews throws it to Tony Bradley in the dunker spot. And the lead is up to 3 by Indiana. Gosh. Again, just a little skip pass and an easy 2. George has all the attention. Goes up with a floater. It was a tough shot. Couldn't get it, though. That was a really tough JJ. I think he released it a little bit too soon. Just couldn't get it. Could not get the right touch on it. Siakam with a floater again. And, well, the ball rolls his way. That thing hit everywhere on the rim. 195. And Nick Nurse will call for timeout now. 5 points for the Sixers. 10 for the Pacers. We need a timeout. And we'll take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. An ugly start to the fourth quarter, but can the Sixers respond? Be right back. All right, let's go, baby. Mike Dubs is here. He says, let's go Pacers. What's up, man? We welcome on in everybody. Doesn't matter who you're rooting for. We love everybody. Just be nice in the chat. That's all that we ask. We keep it pretty simple on here. On Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. Fasten the seatbelts if you're either team, because it is going to be a bumpy finish. And there's still 8 minutes and 23 seconds to go. If you're rooting for the 76ers, drop a 1 in the chat, man. I got a local Philly TV feed for this game, and all the local ads and announcers. It's great audio, too. It makes it better with JJ in the booth. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know where that came from. Larry's here. What's up, Larry? Let's go. Shout out to Larry. You know when Larry comes on in, it's time for business. That's what it's time for. Sixers have got to get it done. No Tyrese Maxey tonight. He's out. He's sick. And he is not available. Sixers have got to play well in these last 8 minutes and 23 seconds in order to get the win for him. George dumps it off over to VJ Edgecombe. Sixers have the ball. It's a 6-0 run by the Indiana Pacers. Edgecombe looking to try to facilitate the ball, and he is stopped in his tracks. He's going to dump it off to Barlow. 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Barlow with a Euro step, a floater. It's good. Wow. Dominic Barlow down the lane with a floater and on a Euro step? Wow. 197, and it's back to a one-possession game. McConnell, Thompson, Walker, Bradley, and Matthews are out there for the Pacers. McConnell operating at the point, directing the traffic. He dumps it off over towards the left side to Walker. That's Jarris Walker on a step-back three. Not that time. Grimes rebound. Sixers, can they try to tie it or cut the deficit to a 1? George on the left elbow, trying to post up TJ McConnell. Kicks it out to Grimes for the tie. Not that time again. Oh, my gosh. Not that time has been sort of a filler word for me, a filler phrase for me today. Got to work on that. 197. There's another shot by TJ McConnell off balance and off to the right side. Grimes looking to hand it off to Edgecombe, and he ran a little bit, or he tried to dunk it a little bit too soon. The VJ wanted to go down with a flash, but we have a foul called. 7:07 to go in the fourth quarter. Grimes could have just taken it himself and instead just handed it off to VJ, and he was grabbed by the waist. It looked like it was from Jarris Walker, and it was. And VJ is going to head to the charity stripe for 2 free throws. He cashes in the first one. Edgecombe, Embiid, and George combined today have scored 73 of the 98 points for the 76ers. Edgecombe with 21, Embiid with 33, and George with 19. Foul shot number 2, that's off the mark again, and the rebound belongs to Indiana. Okay. Got to play defense. Andrew Nembhard grabbed his miss. Thompson, Nembhard, Mathurin, Walker, and Bradley are out there for the Pacers. Don't even see Jay Huff. Joel Embiid is back out there for the Sixers. Tries to play defense over a little floater inside. No good. And Sixers get a rebound. It's Dominic Barlow. That was Tony Bradley who tried to go up with a layup over Joel Embiid that wasn't going to work out anyways. Edgecombe on the drive to the basket. Tries to finish hard. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. He'll try to shoot 2 free throws to try to tie the game. He won't try to shoot 2 free throws. He will shoot 2 free throws. And the Philadelphia 76ers have a chance to tie this baby up. All right. Embiid and George are the only names I recognize now. Crazy, man. I'll tell you, VJ Edgecombe looking very sharp in this game. Foul shot number 1. It pinballs around the rim and doesn't go down. Darn it. Just a little bit too strong. See that the Charlotte Hornets and the Chicago Bulls are in a dogfight. 111 to 110 with 4:02 left to go. Charlotte is up by 1. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Foul shot number 2 by Edgecombe. He will knock that one down.
Excellent.
Nembhard dumps it off to Jarris Walker. Walker rolling down the lane. Kicks it out to Jackson. That's Isaiah Jackson for a 3 on the near corner. No! And Barlow with another rebound. Dominic Barlow crashing the glass here in the fourth quarter. Edgecombe kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid has all the time in the world. Puts up a tray. No. And the ball goes off of Justin Edwards. Nope, it goes off of the Indiana Pacers. Ben Mathurin was downhill, and the Pacers are going to challenge this. They call a timeout here, so I assume that the green light's going to go on, and Rick Carlisle is going to challenge this call. I thought that it was last touched by Justin Edwards down low, and we'll see what happens. 6:09 left to go. They didn't show if it was a challenge or not, but I assume that it is going to be a challenge. No signal at the green light again. This is the curse of not being at the stadium, right? But we're doing everything that we can. Embiid shooting threes while short guys have to rebound his miss make it make sense. Yeah, I hear you. Just got out of work, JJ. How we doing? We're down by 1. Joel has 33 points. Tyrese Maxey's not playing. VJ Edgecombe has 22. He's 3 for 5 from downtown. Paul George playing a pretty good game. So, but we're down by 1. We got to win. We can have all the great individual stats in the world, but we got to get the W. That's the most important thing. Embiid and Edgecombe check back in, and the Sixers narrow the gap 100-99. That was from Paul Hudrick. 20 more subs. Let's go. Make some noise! Each team has 3 timeouts left. Drop those bells in the chat. Drop the bells. Let's go. Let's get a W. Paul George did take a step off the court, and Edwards did come on in to replace him. He's at 29 minutes, according to the Sixers Adam, and likely needs a few minutes off the floor in order to close the game. So, and again, I'm still waiting to see if this is a challenge or not. I don't see anything up on Twitter. I'm surprised that they called a timeout there, because it's a Sixers offensive rebound. Just 7 Sixers at points. What's going on, second string? Good question. Jay Huff is going to enter on in for Tony Bradley, and the Sixers will inbound it, so it was not a challenge. Grimes looking to hand it off over to Joel Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid with a 2 just beyond the foul line on the semicircle, and he couldn't get it. It hit the front side of the rim. And Indiana looking to add on to their lead. Nembhard, Siakam, Huff, Thompson, and Mathurin. The starters are out there for the Pacers. 5:40 to go. Here's Siakam at the foul line. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Grimes plays good defense. The shot's a little bit short from the foul line, and Grimes catches the miss off of Pascal Siakam. Quentin Grimes dropped those emotes down below. Edgecombe almost caught. Oh, that was a bad pass by Grimes. Embiid gets it, dumps it back off over to Grimes. We have a whistle called, and it is going to be a foul on Indiana. Not a moving screen there. They were thinking that maybe the Pacers would say, is that a moving screen on Joel? Was not. His feet were set. And Thompson just hit his right knee with Joel Embiid's right knee. That's a personal foul on him, and I'll tell you what, the Sixers are in the bonus. That is the good news with 5:20 to go. All right, if they hit one here, they can tie it up. The first one, and Joel Embiid does just that. JJ has multi-socials. This is one of the great few socials because the great CeeLo and NASCAR sent me here. Let's go! Shout out to CeeLo. 100-100. 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Foul shot number 2. In and out it goes. Rebound by Jay Huff. Darn it. Ay, ay, ay. Siakam on the drive to the basket. Kicks it out to Mathurin. One more for a wide open 3 by Jackson. Too strong. Edwards rebound. Here's Grimes on the outlet pass. He's at the toy on the sign. Crosses over with the right dribble. And gets it back at the Sixers logo. Crosses over it again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He passes it to Barlow. Barlow's foul line, Jay. He took a step and just should have shot it off the catch. Didn't do it, and he missed it. 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter. That's another tongue twister. We have a whistle called on the other side. And it looks like it's going to go on Joel Embiid. It is a shooting foul. Embiid got the guy that he was supposed to the guy that he was supposed to defend was Ethan Thompson, who took a tray from the far corner, and he's gonna go to the line to shoot 3 free throws. Not a smart move by Joel. Thompson will miss his first free throw. Foul shot number 2. That one's good. And it's now 101 to 100. Dang it. Let's go. The third free throw, and Indiana goes back up by 2. The 6-18 Pacers beating the 13-10 76ers with no Tyrese Maxey. 102 to 100. 4:40 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid with 34, 5 and 3. Grimes looking to try to get somebody open. He says, you know what, I'm going to drive it down low myself, and now I'm going to dump it off to Embiid. Embiid to Grimes, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Edwards catches, puts up a 3 for the Sixers. Not that time. Barlow tips it back over to Embiid, but there's a loose ball foul called on Indiana. Barlow giving it all the effort that he can. And able to utilize the mismatch. That's Ethan Thompson again with another foul. That is his 6th, which means goodbye to Ethan Thompson. Hasta la vista, baby. 102-100. Garrison Matthews comes on in for Ethan Thompson as his night is done. It's a big loss for them. And we also have another substitution as Paul George will enter back in to try to close this game out. Barlow, foul shot number 1. It's good. Who's the tall white dude playing for the Pacers? He's number 5. Who is the tall white dude playing for the Pacers? His number is 5. The Sixers tie the game 102 to 102 as that one is good. And by the way, number 5 really is Jarris Walker. If you're talking about number 55, that's Ethan Thompson. So that's what's up. No ball dude number 5. 102-102. Pacers trying to take the lead again. Siakam over on the far left wing, spinning, turning, going over towards the lane. Goes up with a turnaround. Jay, not that time. And again, Barlow gets his rebound again. I believe he has to have 10 now, right? It feels like he has like 12. George trying to cross over, dumps it off to Barlow. Barlow gets daylight downhill and gives the Sixers the lead. Nice pass by Paul George. 104-102. A 9-2 burst by Philadelphia. And Nembhard gets the ball knocked loose, but we have a timeout taken with 3:28 to go before that was even a thing. So the Pacers call for time. They will have 2 timeouts left. The Sixers still have 3. And they will go back to the drawing board, and we'll see if the Sixers defense can do its job. Let's go. All right. 104-102. How are we doing on our final score predictions? Are we close? Are we not close? Jay Huff is the tall ball dude. Yeah, his number is number 32, not number 5. Yeah. He's a little bit of hair. I wouldn't call him bald. Dang it. Jay Huff is the player, yes. What a finish this is going to be, I feel you. 3:28 in basketball equals 25 minutes in real time. Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, I'm not happy with Jared McKeon's lack of minutes. I think that's such an embarrassment, really. I'll talk more about it during the postgame show. Let's see how the game finishes out. The bottom line is that you got to focus on getting the W now. That is what the primary concentration needs to be on. Jay Huff. All right, 3:28 to go. Come on, baby. Pacers inbounded. Siakam over to Nembhard at the top of the key. Edgecombe trying to play defense all over Nebhard, who goes downhill, goes up with a 2. Good defense by VJ, and a rebound by Joel Embiid. Let's go. He missed the floater, and it was not even close. 5:07, that's the amount of time that the Pacers have not hit a field goal. And we have a whistle called. And let's see what the whistle is. Rick Carlisle looks absolutely furious out there. There was a technical foul called on the Pacers, and the Sixers are going to get a free throw from Paul George. The foul shot by PG with 20 points. Got it. And they get the ball back.
Excellent.
It's now 105-102. Sixers will take a timeout, they say, with 3:17 to go. And so they have got to burn one before the 3-minute marker, and each team now has 2 timeouts left. Rick Carlisle is still animated and talking with the referees over in their ears, but the Sixers' lead is up to 3. Let's go, baby. Got to head out, but great stream, JJ. Bilbo, you are the man. Bilbo, you are the myth. And Bilbo, you are a legend. And so are the rest of you guys. You guys are awesome. As a Giants fan, Aubrey Huff was my favorite too. Are they related? You know, my dad's a Giants fan, a San Francisco Giants fan, so I liked Aubrey Huff. I liked Aubrey Huff when I was growing up. And then Bryce Huff. How can you forget about Bryce Huff? Former Philadelphia Eagle Bryce Huff. That's the other guy I was thinking of, the other Huff. Jay Huff, Aubrey Huff, Bryce Huff. Any more Huffs? Mrs. Puff? No. That's a SpongeBob character. And that's not Puff. That's not Huff. That's Puff. Oh, my gosh. Didn't even know that Rick was still coaching. Dude, he's been doing it for a long time. I think is he the oldest head coach now? He has to be, right? Gonna be like Greg Popovich, says Luke. Yeah, he read my mind. 105-102, 3:17 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers have to inbound, and VJ Edgecombe has to get it off, and he does over to Joel Embiid over on the near corner. He's trying to post up. Pascal Siakam has to swing it around the timeline as he was trapped. Here's Paul George at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. George wants to pass it over to Grimes. Got it deflected. Grimes still keeps his dribble alive. Steps back. Puts up a 3. At the shot clock expiring. No. Embiid offensive board. Puts it up. Puts it in. And 1. Oh, my goodness. Joel Embiid flexing his arms. And he is standing up telling the crowd to pour it on. 107-102. Great job by Joel to get ready to box out, and he got the offensive rebound, and Siakam gets called for the shooting foul. That's his 3rd personal foul, and Embiid doing a good job just being a monster down low in this game. 2:56 to go in the fourth quarter. The and one opportunity is capitalized by number 21.
Excellent.
All right, the 13-2 run by Philadelphia. And again, the Pacers have not scored. They've only scored 1 field goal over the last 6 minutes. Just crazy stuff. Mathurin at the perimeter, on the perimeter, I should say. Drives it down low. Gets it denied by Barlow. Gets his dribble back. Kicks it out. Here's a 3 by Jay Huff. And he is able to puff it on in. Gosh. 108-105. As soon as the ball was blocked, the Sixers didn't get a friendly bounce, and it just went into his hands again, and the ball found Jay Huff for a wide-open 3. Here's Embiid zipping it over to Barlow. Barlow to Grimes over on the baseline, and Grimes did put up a floater, and a foul was called again on Indiana, and more free throws coming up for Quentin Grimes. Let's go. Knock down the free throws. Garrison Matthews called for his 4th personal foul. So Huff is 4, Siakam is 3, and Matthews is 4. So foul trouble for the Indiana Pacers. Grimes makes it a 2-possession game on the first free throw. The second one coming up. Knees bent. The ball is shot. and it goes through 110 to 105.
Excellent.
Sixers, by the way, have 4 team fouls. Defense! Nembhard with a give and go to Siakam as he drives into the basket, goes flopping down, can't make it. Embiid rebound. George at the top of the key, back to Embiid, and Embiid is looking to just try to pass it back to Paul George. He wasn't going to go there. Embiid did not like that he got the ball. And Paul George is going to ISO himself. Embiid out of the play. George goes up with a layup, and he capitalizes, trying to put the finishing touches on this game. Timeout by Rick Carlisle. And he's all fired up. Fist pumps over on the other side of the Philadelphia bench. 1:41 to go. Sixers lead up to 7. And the Pacers have only 1 timeout remaining. Let's go, Paul. That smile says it all, PG. Luke says, I'm done watching. Bye. Sorry, man. 112-105. Philadelphia up by 7. Strong down the stretch, says Larry. Yeah, that's what you want. They've held the Pacers to just 15 points in this fourth quarter, man. It's awesome. Edgecombe and PG each have 22 points. And George is actually going to go to the line for one more because they called a technical foul on Pascal Siakam. Oh, man. George with his free throw, and the Sixers' lead increases to 8.
Excellent.
And obviously Joel Embiid leading the way with 37 points, which is by far his season high. Both Embiid and George with no minutes restrictions. How about that? Nembhard looking to inbound it, and he gives it up, and the ball gets deflected out of the hands of Matthews, but a foul called on Quentin Grimes. 98 seconds left for the Philadelphia 76ers to get their 14th win. They are up by 8. Nembhard dumps it off to Siakam. They swing it outside the Huff for a far corner 3, and that one goes in and out. Basketball gods are like, that's not going to happen for you. Yeah. George crosses over again at the Sixers logo. Wanted to put the game to bed. 1:18 to go in the fourth quarter. George gets a screen by Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's on the outside. Steps towards the elbow. Dribbles with the right hand. He has to put up a shot here, and he does out of desperation. And that one is up, and it's no good. Edgecombe tried to tip it. It was a little bit short, and it's rebounded by the Pacers yet again. 1 minute to go. Huff fires up a 3. That one's short, too. And the ball goes out of bounds. Sixers ball with 58.9 seconds to go. Throw a chair on the court. Come on, man. 55 seconds to go. Dude, that comment is crazy. Throw a chair on the court, bro. That's like, that's so troll. 45 seconds left. Paul George swings it to Embiid. Embiid on the left elbow. Takes a couple of jab steps. Turns around. Puts up a 2. Good night, Indiana. Joel Embiid, 39 points, returning to old form. 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The shot is up, and Embiid gets the rebound, jumps up in the air, and the Sixers will settle for a shot clock violation as a standing ovation is performed by Philadelphia faithful here at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia. Embiid dribbling the ball, and there will be a shot clock violation. The Pacers will get the ball back with exactly 2.8 seconds to go. And that is going to wrap it up. The Sixers win game number 24 of the season and are 14-10. And they get themselves a 10-point victory against the Indiana Pacers. It was a big win for Joel Embiid without Tyrese Maxey. Ring that bell and clap your hands, baby. We gotta do it. Let's go. Joel Embiid with 39 points. And he is the MVP. Let's go! Great win. Gotta slam that bell. Let's go. Nice stuff. Yes, 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 and yes. Great. Okay. Before you guys leave, we are going to do a post-game show. Okay? We usually take about a 2 to 3 minute break, and then what happens is I come back on, I do an opening monologue, and of course I want to hear from you people. I want to hear from the Philadelphia Freaks themselves. I do. I want to hear from you guys, and I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game. Call on in 610-314-0844. If you can't stay on, that's okay. You can leave a voicemail message, or you can also leave a text message too. Look, we'll break down the Jared McCain stuff. I'm not happy about that. But the bottom line, when it comes to this game, Joel Embiid, I know that the Sixers had 5 days off, but Joel finally played a good game. He really had himself a great second half. It looked like that he was just so aggressive out there. Still doesn't look 100% to me, but this was a good game for him because he was aggressive, because he was assertive, and because he was able to get down low on the block and still, with not even a fully healthy knee, able to get Jay Huff on skates and just provide a lot of pressure on him. At that point, Rick Carlisle's like, I don't even know what to do. Do I put Pascal Siakam on him? Do I put Ben Mathurin on him? Like, he was so out of he was out of options, really. And I thought that Joel Embiid's play really was phenomenal tonight. And he is, of course, the most valuable player, a.k.a. the MVP. So Joel was awesome. He had a steal. He did have 9 rebounds. He was 13 for 18 from the line. I thought that he was very aggressive in that second half. I still got a little bit frustrated with some of the threes that he took. The step-back three was disgusting, I have to admit. It was just a sweet make. I did not want him to take that shot. He missed 17 threes in a row before he finally made that shot. And yes, shooters shoot. But Joel Embiid, to me, is not a one-dimensional player. He's a guy that even at his age, and even with the way that his knee has been, even with the injuries that he's dealt with, I still want him occasionally to go down low on the block. Sometimes I ask for that, and I selfishly want it. I just do. I still want him to go out there and be a good player. He doesn't have to get you 30 a night, but I don't want him to just stand on the perimeter and just not be assertive. I want him to be able to take over some of the time. Tonight he did. Tonight he showed up and he played really well in that second half. and he kept the Sixers afloat in that third quarter. In the fourth quarter, I thought he actually took them home with Paul George, and they played really good together. Embiid and George in this game, they were a combined plus 35 out there on the court. I don't take much stock into the plus-minus stat, but tonight, when it came to watching those two out there, they were clearly unstoppable against this Pacers team. More stuff to break down, more stuff to talk about. Again, 610-314-0844 is the phone number. That is how you call on in. I got to make sure that I add that ticker down below. I am going to put that in my notes so that way we can do that before Sunday. We do it for the Eagles. We have one for the Phillies. Why don't we have one for the 76ers? I don't know. But yes, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Call on into the show. Let me know what your thoughts are. You can even leave a voicemail message. All right. I will see you in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
It wasn't going to be a smooth sailing performance. Why would it be? Because that's what 76ers basketball is all about, right? A game that is still close with like 5 minutes to go. The Sixers were still able to pull it away, and they won 115-105. Really, it was still close up until, I would say, like the 2-minute marker, and then the 76ers just pretty much put the game away and did what they had to do. Hi, everybody. Welcome on into the Philadelphia 76ers postgame show here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. We go on for the Sixers games. We also do the Phillies and the Eagles games as well. A lot of stuff to break down tonight. Overall, though, you got the W. A win is a win. It was a 115-105 game, and I thought that there were some good things that I took out of this W. But you needed to get this win. This was a game where you needed to win even without Tyrese Maxey. There were a couple of reasons why that they had to win this game. Number one, morale. I thought that this was a morale booster for them without Tyrese Maxey, because you can't just rely on one single guy on a night-to-night basis to bail you out. You needed somebody else to step up. Number two, I thought that this was a big game from the standpoint of Joel Embiid and Paul George. What are you going to do without your number one option now, without the guy who is the best player on the team? How do they step up? How do they do? So I was really happy with that, and that was a big game in that area. Number three, I thought that how would Jared McCain step up too was my third question. That one sort of failed. And number four, you're coming off of a break where you had 5 days of rest. So Nick Nurse, this was a big game for me, in my opinion, when it came to his play calling and when it came to his lineups. And overall, I didn't necessarily like the lineups. I will tell you this, though. When he started Andre Drummond in that fourth quarter, that was a great decision. And why was that a great decision? Because Andre Drummond was very... I thought that going to Drummond in that fourth quarter was big because you needed somebody to get rebounds and to give you extra possessions and try to get you out in transition in a smart way, in a good way. I don't know if that makes sense. I just jumbled my words. I thought that you needed a spark plug, essentially. And Andre Drummond was that guy. I thought Dominic Barlow was also that guy in the fourth quarter, too. The difference of this game really just came down to size, and it came down to rebounding. And the Sixers won this game because they went big, and Joel Embiid played like a man in that second half. I've been so tough on Joel Embiid this year, and I've been a very big fan. I've been very uncomfortable with everything that I've talked about and criticized with Joel because I'm a huge fan. I really am. I'm a big fan of Joel, but clearly this year, when he's out there, I know that he just has not been healthy, but there's times where I'm watching him play, and I want more. I don't want him to settle for all these threes, and I think that he still took a lot in the first half, but in that second half, he did a much better job. As soon as the jump shots were going down, he knew that he was going to have to be aggressive down low and that he wasn't going to have to be on the perimeter at all times during the game, just providing dribble handoffs and screens for people. Joel Embiid is not just a screener. He's not just a three-point shooter. He's not just a guy that can shoot a mid-range J. Joel Embiid thrives when he is down low on the block. He led the league in post-ups for so many years. And again, I understand that he is not fully 1,000%. I'm not asking this guy to go out there and post up 9 times, 10 times, 12 times a game. I'm asking him to go down in the block when he has a chance and when he has a mismatch and try to make his defender work. That was really one of my only critiques about Joel Embiid this year. And tonight he did that. And he did it against Jay Huff. And Jay Huff is not toast, right? He's not a guy that's skinny. He is a pretty good center. He's a pretty good defensive player out there. And he got into foul trouble. Joel Embiid looked like he was hungry. He was out for blood in that second half. And he was the big reason why the 76ers won. And Jay Huff looked like a rookie out there going up against Joel. And it just worked. It worked out great. He went to the foul line so many times in this game. He ended up getting some defenders to buy it on a pump fake. And it looked like the old Joel Embiid that we saw 2 years ago. I don't know if this is sustainable. And I don't know if he's going to be able to keep this up. And there's going to be nights where I'm sure that he's going to take, I don't like to say nights off, but he's not going to, test the knee as much. I felt like he wasn't as timid tonight. And it felt like that it was his team. And he knew it. And he needed to be the man. And he stepped up. And it was good. It was great to see. I'll get to Paul George in a second. I have to get this off my chest, though. And again, you guys can call in. I will be taking phone calls in a little bit. I just have some things that I have to get off my chest, and I have to just lay them out there on the table. The fact that we just could not guard T.J. McConnell in the first half is insane. And to be quite honest with you, Rick Carlisle was a joke in the second half. And I'm putting this nicely. I'm not taking a shot at him. I know it sounds like I am. But what he did in the second half was a joke because T.J. McConnell only played 17 minutes in this game. This guy was destroying the 76ers, toying with them in that first half. And you're telling me that he is not going to play in the fourth quarter? I mean, maybe he got a couple of minutes, but he was destroying them. And I thought that from just his decision-making, too. I know that, again, this is a Sixers postgame show. But I just have to say, like, it was really bothering me what T.J. McConnell was doing, and the Sixers luckily didn't have to face him in the fourth quarter. I just had to get that off. The way that they defended Pascal Siakam in that second half was textbook defense. Pascal was being trapped. When he got the ball, the Sixers did a phenomenal job rotating in that fourth quarter. The Pacers only had 15 points. That was another reason why I was shocked that they didn't bring in T.J. McConnell for longer, because he was giving you points. And he's not going to go out there. You haven't scored for 5 minutes straight. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm done. But I just, from a basketball perspective, as somebody that watches basketball, I had to say that. But yes, Pascal Siakam, I thought the Sixers did a really good job defending him in particular. They played very good zone defense. They made really good switches. They went from zone to man, and I thought that the switching on defense was great. They did a great job out in transition. We actually saw Joel Embiid play a little bit of defense and jumping up for the ball a little bit towards the fourth quarter when he came in. I actually really liked Nick Nurse bringing out Paul George when he did and putting him back in when he did. Justin Edwards just was not doing so hot tonight. I know that he's going to be more of a catch-and-shoot 3 guy, and he's trying to find his rhythm, and Nick Nurse doesn't always play him every single game, and it's sort of an awkward spot for him. But I did think that when it came to Paul George's minutes in the fourth quarter, they were maximized perfectly. Still didn't like some of the lamps that I saw in the first, the second, and even in the third quarter. Why is Jared McKay not out there at times at the guard position when there's no other really good ball distributor or ball handler? It's beyond me. But because they won this game, I'm not going to go fully off on that. A little bit all over the place, JJ. Yes, I am. A little bit. Just a little bit. You scored 52 points in the second half. They scored 47. The third quarter could have been a lot worse. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I liked in the fourth quarter what I thought was the difference of this game, or where I thought the climax really took place. Sixers are riding the seesaw. It's a 94-92 game. Pascal Siakam makes a 2, and then Quentin Grimes hits this really awesome 3 off the assist from Justin Edwards. It's now 95-94. We're playing a little game of cat and mouse. We're going back and forth. The pendulum swinging in their direction, then it's swinging in our direction. But when it got back into our direction, after Joel Embiid slowed the game down to tie the game with 5:20 to go, the difference was when Dominic Barlow got fouled and tied up the game. So after Joel Embiid ties the game up, he missed actually 2 bad free throws, but then he came up with 2 big ones in that second half. And after he tied the game and then the Sixers gave the lead back up, I thought that Dominic Barlow's 2 free throws were really big. And I just thought that the Sixers were the aggressive team. They won that fourth quarter because they were running down the lane. They were posting guys up. They were taking advantage of mismatches. And the ball movement was so good. I didn't see a lot of isolation basketball. I thought that they played team basketball, and there was no there was no one person that just had the ball at all times. I thought that the ball distribution was great. And Embiid got his touches. Paul George got his touches. VJ Edgecombe. Haven't even talked about that guy. How? How have I not talked about VJ? Because his first half was phenomenal, and he played great too. But still, the point of the matter is that the ball was moving around, and it felt like that there was no stoppage in motion. It looked like it was not a free-for-all either, because we see that when the ball was moving so quickly, sometimes it's like when you stumble on your words. You're talking so fast. You're in my position, and you fumble, you stumble, and you can't catch up to your own words because your mind is going at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and you don't know how to stop yourself. There's times where the ball was. Point is, there were times where the ball was moving really fast during the season for the Sixers, too fast. And then there were times where they weren't moving the ball at all. And I thought tonight was actually a very good balance of that. How about Rick Carlisle with those technical fouls and all that chirping that he did? I didn't even see Nick Nurse actually look at the referee once and scream at the ref. I didn't see that happen in tonight's game. That was Rick Carlisle. Funny. It was 108-105 with 2:36 to go. Grimes made 2 free throws to put the Sixers up by 2 possessions. And then Paul George. Just an excellent layup off of a nice assist by Joel. They gave the ball to Embiid down the stretch, and it worked. And I thought that was the right decision. And they fed it to Paul. Wise decision by Joel. It was his night, Joel. It was his night. So, great win. I'm happy that they got the W. But some things, of course, need to still be cleaned up. But that was by far their best fourth quarter that they've played in quite some time. Don't want to say that that was the best this year, but it was a good one. This was a breath of fresh air to see the Philadelphia 76ers operate without Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, you want Tyrese Maxey to go out there and play every single game, but you just know that he's not going to be available. He's not Superman. He's not going to be out there every single night. So could somebody else step up? And how was Joel and Paul going to do without him? Could they do it? And the answer was yes. Joel Embiid delivered and got the Sixers home. And so did Paul George. And the other guy, VJ Edgecombe. This is my last point. VJ Edgecombe. I got flashes of when he was going off in the first 3 games during the very beginning of the season and was just looking like Anthony Edwards out there. This guy was explosive. This guy had a great game on both offense and defense. We've seen how special the defense is. The offense looked very good tonight. He was driving the ball. He was not afraid to attack and go to the rim, especially early on. He had some nice dunks. This guy is just, every time that I watch him go out there and make an explosive dunk or just get a nice steal, I keep thinking to myself, like, that this guy, I'm so happy that we got him. I'm really happy that we chose VJ Edgecombe over Ace Bailey. I really like his game. And I think he can develop into a really nice piece. So that's where I stand on tonight's game. The starters put up 104 points. Our bench, just 11. That's all you needed, though. That's all you needed. 7 players scored for the 76ers. And you got the win. So, great stuff. Call on in 610-314-0844. That is how you dial on into the 76ers postgame show. I'm not going to keep this too long tonight. But it is 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. How do you feel down below? If you're tuning on into this on the playback, let me know what your thoughts are on this 76ers team and how they did tonight. Are you upset that Jared McCain didn't get much playing time? I mean, to be frank with you, statistically, he only played 14 minutes. He played less minutes than his average. But are you okay with that because of how good VJ was? Or did you think that VJ and Grimes playing 39 was a bad decision? I don't know. Let me know. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, let's go to the phones. If you guys want to call on in, you most certainly can. The phones are up. The phones are running. And, yes, 610-314-0844 is how you call on in. What are people saying in the chat? We'll read some. This is what you're supposed to do. This is Lawrence. Shout out to you. This is what you're supposed to do when a team is in foul trouble in the fourth quarter. You take it inside. I think that with that whole soliloquy that I had with Joel Embiid and this whole climax of the game in the fourth quarter, what the difference was, I think that that's essentially what summed it up with what you just said. They got into foul trouble, the Pacers, and the Philadelphia 76ers pounded on that and did their job. We've been asking for that for quite some time. And Tyrese Maxey does not slow the game down. He speeds the game up. That's his superpower. But Joel Embiid and Paul George, they did that tonight. They slowed the game down. My guy is here. What is going on? 215 calling on in here on Play by Play with JJ. How are you feeling after this W by the Philadelphia 76ers? Hello? Hello? We lost him. Oh, no. No. Call back the phone number, because why not? That's odd. That's strange. We'll call back. Why not? 215, can you hear me?
Trying to reach is not available.
Yep, nope. Okay. Never mind. I thought maybe they would call back in. We'll take the phone number, 215. If you want to call in, you can. Sixers could have won a lot of games like this, says Lawrence. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's how basketball goes, but nonetheless, I can't disagree with you on that. That's just how the sport goes, though. Hey, one dog. Y'all good, man. That song was horrible. Well, man, I ain't even going to respond. 215, how you doing? What is going on? Hear me.
Yo, JJ, this is Cool J speaking to you.
Cool J, what's up? How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Great win. And I'd give credit to him and be like, Embiid looked like his MVP stuff today. 39 points. He looked like he was moving very well. He was able to attack his defender. He really went all out today.
It was sort of like a turn back the clock Joel Embiid performance, because in the NBC Sports put up a graphic and they said that this is the most points that Embiid has scored since when he had 50 points in Game 3 of the playoffs last year. And it felt like and honestly, it felt like to me when I'm watching him in the second half, he looked like he was aggressive. He looked like he wanted to take it over to the rack, and Jay Huff just could not stop him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's what we know. That's when he goes to the second defender and makes not give him any opportunity, and he makes shot to shot. Now, do we think he's gonna do it more often? I don't think so. Due to his minute restrictions and everything, but it's good to finally see that kind of game for Embiid. It was in waiting for this for a very long time.
I feel you. That's a fire take. It really is, because you needed him to break out of just taking all those threes. He missed 17 threes in a row, and it felt. I actually think that, personally speaking, when he hit that step back three, I felt like that was good for his confidence.
Absolutely. He started getting momentum going. You love to see that.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you got for me, my friend?
I mean, I would say both of our max players played absolutely well.
Yeah.
And taking stuff for granted.
Hey, this is what happens when you have $100 million out there, and those guys combined for how many points? 62? I'll take that.
I'll take that any day.
Yes, sir. I love it. Yeah, I thought Paul George played well. VJ Edgecombe looked like a dog. Yeah, we saw some good things, man. Love talking to you, my friend. Shout out to you. Call back anytime.
Of course, have a good one.
You too. Shout out to him. Give Cool J his flowers down below in the chat. He's right. The only thing I disagree with is that, and this is just me being, this is just a little bit, I don't know, like nitpicky. I thought that Joel had a very good second half. Not a good overall game. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm being that guy tonight. We should be celebrating after a win like this. But the bottom line is that Joel Embiid stepped up when he had to. He did. He stepped up when he had to. And I thought that he earned his 39 points. I thought his shots from the foul line were really good. And he did a great job. All right. That is going to wrap it up for me. But I will catch you all on the next one. I love you guys. I'm going to take the rest of the night off. Good win by the 76ers. 115-105. They'll be back on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday unless something crazy happens in the baseball world. And, of course, we'll keep you updated on any moves that go on with the Philadelphia Phillies. Love you guys. Lila Tov. Good night. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.